Alright, it should be starting now. Got all my stuff and everything. Alright, everything should be good now. Hello everyone, this is your sunshine Yui Tachibana, and we are here to react to the new Mujin video that just came out. It came out yesterday, it's already at 1 million views, and there's a lot that needs to be said. Hey look, there's my stream right there. Nice to see. But look, I'm not really into the Marvel Rivals thing. I haven't shown any interest in it. It just looks like Overwatch with Marvel skins if you ask me. But I just know that this game has gotten a lot of attention. Some good attention and some bad, especially bad. Because there's been a whole drama that's been going around with the whole... There was some streamer by the name of Kingsman who just wanted to get that $40,000 for so it could help him out, but he got conned out of those 40K by these bullies in the community who I do not know. I don't know really anything about these streamers because let's be honest, I'll be honest here. I have been out of the real life streamer genre for a while now, honestly. I do know about IShowSpeed, I know about Kaisen and all these, I know about Valkyrie, but I don't know about these Marvel Rivals players. But all I know is that they're pretty bad, they're racist, they're terrible people, and I'm glad that I stood out of it. And since Alicia did a reaction, as you can see right there, I think Rima's also reacted to it, I'm not sure. I do know she did react to his video about Elfin Psyop, which I also did a video about, and I'm gonna be doing a reaction stream today for y'all, cause hey, it's tonight. We've been through a snowstorm. Let's cozy up and watch this happen. So get your popcorn, sit back, watch this lunacy happen in front of us, and let's hope for a good ending. I heard that it was a good ending because Kingsman's been getting a lot of sympathy, and these bullies have been just kicked off the internet completely, which I'm glad to see. I love seeing underdogs come out on top and just in complete defiance of these people who think they know everything. So let's watch this thing. And it's 91 minutes long. It's the length of a theatrical movie. I like Mujin. His videos seem effortless. They look like that he just streams the whole thing. There's very little editing on his videos, which I actually very much appreciate, because everything's got to be super fast editing. It's got to be super clever and all this divine boom sounds and the zooms ins and all that. Mujin stays away from most of that, and I appreciate that about him. He's like a podcast, if you will. So yeah, I definitely look up to him. And I know that he's been able to get people onto Rima's channel too, which is nice. He did credit her involvement in the Elfin Psyop situation too. And so I know a lot of people came to Rima's Discord because of Mujin. So I owe him a reaction. So let's go ahead and take a look.
Consequence. A result or effect, typically one that is unwelcome or unpleasant. Now, I'm sure that this definition would work out in most situations, but when it comes to this incident that we're going to discuss, unpleasant is a massive understatement. Because how else would you explain
You're telling me
a video defending yourself in the face of consequences and getting one of the worst like-to-dislike ratios?
That's the Emoji Movie level so bad.
What else would you explain? Community notes that are so ruthless that they put you in physical pain when you read them, all while your sponsors join into the chaos and start canceling their contract with you. I mean, really.
That is tough. That is tough.
Describe how bad this is when there's an NBA team that's making fun of you on their TikTok page. When you
it's going at the TikTok. Oh, when you get guys, when it spreads to TikTok, you are over. Cause TikTok users, they are ruthless. They gonna put you out in the streets. You get shot like Tupac out there. I'm telling you right now, TikTokers are no joke. They judge everything, and when this shit gets into the mainstream, you know it's fucked up.
A multiplayer game. I mean, seriously. How the hell did it get so bad? Well, at its essence, this incident wasn't centered on a game or a community. This was something that everyone can understand, a victim standing up to his very ruthless bullies. They held more power and influence over him and managed to cause considerable damage. He was framed. and they tarnished his reputation. He would then, all alone, stand up for himself. And when the community had his back, the bullies would not only double down, they would triple down and quadruple down, never once apologizing to him. This shows how vile they truly were as they were being by the entire internet.
That DM got me dying.
Outside of the Marvel Rivals community and into the mainstream. You now have people, both young and old, wondering what happened, asking, hey, can I get details about this? And I mean, of course they would, because this story not only plays out like a classic movie plotline, it also has an extremely satisfying ending. However, the ending is even more satisfying if you truly understand every aspect that led up to it. And seeing that there's...
Look at all the photos. It reminds me of James Charles.
We have to talk about it, which is why I'm making this video. So, without further ado, here's the full story of how Kingsman stood up to his 3 bullies and won. Let's do this. Alright, so first things first, who the hell is Kingsman 265? Well, before even starting to upload videos or create content, he was someone who had already spent time in first-person shooter games, most notably Hyperscape, a Ubisoft game that came out in 2020.
Oh, it's crazy talking about Ubisoft now, because they've been cracking down ever since the leaks came out and everything. Ubisoft's been having it bad in the last couple of weeks, so to see it in a light like this, in the context of an underdog who will eventually become the hero at the end, it's interesting to see.
According to him, he played this game back when he was 16 years old, and he was so good at it that at some point he was #1 on the leaderboard. Quite the achievement, especially since this game had a crazy learning curve. That unfortunately wouldn't last, because the game would prove to be unpopular and shut down very shortly after. This is when he would...
Like I said, Ubisoft's having it bad lately.
The guy was very skilled too, achieving top ranks consistently. For Kingsman, though,
there goes my point.
Would change when Marvel Rivals would come out on December 6th, 2024. This is when he would pivot to it full time. And just like in the other games he played, he was also incredibly skilled here, reaching top 500 in multiple roles using multiple heroes, while also managing to become the rank 1 magic player, a character that's not even ranked at the top of the meta. Look, by this point it was obvious. Kingsman wasn't just talented at Marvel Rivals, he was talented in general in competitive games. Unfortunately though, this ridiculous level of skill wouldn't translate into much viewership. He would start streaming in the summer of 2023 and would continue streaming regularly, consistently. And yet for almost 2.5 years, the growth wouldn't translate into much, with him peaking at around 150 average viewers. That's just the reality of the streaming landscape, especially when it came to a game like Marvel Rivals. So on January 12th, 2026, when Basim ZB, a Marvel Rivals content creator, would...
There's been a couple of tweets actually that's been coming from people who are sad that they aren't getting as much viewers as they want to. And I'm gonna tell you this, I've been a VTuber for almost 2 years. My 2nd anniversary is coming up, I think next week. And I just have to say, it's been an honor just grinding for you all. And I just have to say, if you are a struggling content creator like myself, just don't give up. If Kingsman can come out on top after all that effort, you too can have your dreams come true. This is your sunshine tip of the day. Okay? I love you.
Announced that he was hosting a tournament for Marvel Rivals titled Creator Cup with a $40,000 prize pool, including 48 creators, one of them being Kingsman. As you can imagine, he was very excited. This is an opportunity to not just showcase your content and your gameplay, but also a shot at winning a prize. This prize pool also didn't come from just anywhere. It was officially being sponsored by NetEase Games, the creators of the game. The way this was structured was simple. There would be 8 different captains, and on the 13th of January, they'd all be present on Basim's livestream to create their team from those 40 invited content creators. In the case of Kingsman, he'd end up being picked by the captain, Cece. She admitted during the draft pick that she didn't know him, she just knew that he was very skilled. Alongside him, she would pick a few other teammates. What you have to keep in mind
skills...
are 2 names in particular. Zaza
skills can get you very far. Doesn't matter how popular they are. If they're useful, they're useful. You've got to use them.
Signaled one worry that he had: Zaza stack. So shortly after the draft, he would get into a call with the team captain, Cece, and he would express his worries. He'd very clearly outlined to her that he was worried about Zaza stack, not because of her skill, not because of her as a person, but because she was the only content creator that was based in Australia when everyone else was playing on US-based servers. This meant that she had 200 ping. And to make matters worse, she was a Black Widow main, a sniper character that of course needs way less than 200 ping to be accurate, while also being a character that's completely out of meta. CC would reassure Kingsman during their call that don't worry, European players have 150 ping, Zaza's stack isn't that far behind, and that her Black Widow was really good, asking him to be patient until he saw her performance himself. So look, by this point, everything was cordial, everything was friendly and reasonable. It was no secret that Kingsman...
Now, I don't know how these Marvel Rivals characters even work. I'll be honest here, but the time zone thing, I feel like they could have, you know, handled it better.
Was worried, but he was optimistic. He wanted to give this team a chance, especially seeing that there was a $40,000 prize pool and he was a completely broke college student. He wanted to give it his best shot and chose to give Zaza Stack the benefit of the doubt. What he could have never seen coming, though, is that this team wasn't going to be too far off from those terrible group projects you had in high school, where you were put with the most entitled, vile bullies. Alright, so here's the deal. A Marvel Rivals team has 6 players. There are different heroes.
High school project is accurate.
To come up with a strategy. At the moment, though, the best
I don't
strategy
even
is
want to get into my high school days.
all pro players. It's called triple support, and it involves having half your team pretty much be support heroes. Seeing that there's not really much you can do to counter a team like this, everyone has been using it to rank up. It's actually very similar to what happened with Overwatch 1 at some point, when the meta used to be 3 supports and 3 tanks. Everyone was using it, and you couldn't counter it in any way, shape, or form.
Nowadays, we all miss the original Overwatch. Ever since what Blizzard did to Overwatch 2 and made everything paywalled, we all miss the original Overwatch. It's ironic now.
Possible. Shortly before the tournament would begin, he'd go live on his channel with the intent of scrimming with his team, which meant playing against other teams in this tournament before the tournament began, just to practice. The only person who had shown up was CC. He had to go out of his way to contact everyone else in order for them to get there. 2 of the players couldn't even make it. They found replacements for them, but the only players that showed up from his team were CC, Zaza Stack, and Lucias.
Man, they're so petty.
The went terribly. And I can't remember the last time I had to force myself to watch something this much.
Guys, I'm thinking of Mean Girls right now.
But I'm not gonna be
this is literally just Mean
I'll show
Girls.
you multiple clips of these scripts so you can understand how terrible the team dynamic was and how vile his teammates were. In this first clip, Kingsman expresses shock when his teammates tell him they don't intend to run the best meta team composition in the game. Seeing that some of the people playing this tournament were pro players, this was pretty much similar to saying, hey, we're going to throw the game on purpose. Watch.
We're not gonna run triple support.
I'm finna put subtitles on. I forgot to do
Where
that.
did you get that idea that we were?
Hey, we lost. What?
Right. Where is this triple support coming from? I don't really
Okay, then we don't play. Okay, well, this is gonna be a hard tourney then.
Yeah, you like.
You just think it's gonna be a hard game.
No, guys, I want to try hard this
Like,
tourney,
if
but
you don't like triple support, like hard meta, we're never winning.
it's a $40,000 tourney, guys.
Yeah, but
You're
you
gonna need
can still
triple
win on off meta characters. Other people don't be playing off meta too. Like, yeah, I don't think.
I think you guys have a very different mentality than like other teams. Like I think
Yeah.
the other teams just walk out with full.
Thank you.
Just bear in mind, we're still in the complete beginning of the scrims. This is like the first game they're playing together. The only person attempting to take him seriously was someone who wasn't even on the team. They were there as a replacement. The people arguing with him are both Cici and Luciasa, who kind of sound similar, as well as Zaza Stack. She's the one with the Australian accent. And from their tone, you can tell that they're clowning on him, even though Kingsman is one of the best players in the game. Still though, you don't get to Kingsman's level of skill if you just gave up easily. So he kept...
I'm just getting NWA vibes, honestly, because if you don't know the full story of NWA, y'all know the Straight Outta Compton, F the Police, and all that. But it reminds me of when Ice Cube left the group and they was dissing him behind his back. And they was talking about, oh, he's better than Arnold. I'm glad he's out the group. And then Ice Cube comes back with no Vaseline. He dissed the shit out of them. And NWA never bothered replying back. It just ended the group as it was. I mean, Dr. Dre did go on to be a legend after that, and he signed Eminem, and the rest is history. But Ice Cube, when he came after that, you don't go after the person that wrote your songs. That's exactly what's happening here with this Marvel Rivals shit. We're just coming after somebody who could have won the fucking games if you let him. It's because you got your egos up your ass that ultimately karma just got to you in the end. So well deserved. Perfect video to put out, Mujin.
Kept trying to talk sense into his team and only kept getting shut down.
Talk some sense into these guys because they don't want to run triple support. They're gonna.
Triple support of characters I don't know how to play. That's like you want me to do. Like,
You don't get rid of the secret sauce.
You don't think any team will want to run triple support?
No, and you can barely get Matthew to play for game support, let alone
If Matthew's playing for 40 grand, he's gonna play triple support.
I got that.
As you can tell, he was starting to lose his mind. Guys, there's $40,000 on the line, and you think that people weren't going to use the best meta composition in this tournament. The team captain was not taking him seriously, and Zaza...
I mean, you ever seen the Hunger Games?
Offered to try.
You ever watch Squid
He was
Game?
starting to get so desperate that he even offered to play support himself, showing that he was willing to do anything for his team to win, something that his teammates apparently didn't really agree on.
Just because you can, I can learn him too and play him.
You need 2 tanks though for triple support.
People are telling me that, yeah, I can play second tank. I play strange.
Your chatter's that freaking our keyboard Andy's, bro.
He would offer to play support, he would offer to play tank, nothing, just more disrespect. He would continue to argue his point, trying to find some sort of compromise with Zaza's stack. His teammates were not having it, and this is what the team captain, the leader here, CC, had to say to him. An incredible response, watch.
Yeah, hold on, Keelan, you're gonna tell me, bro. We haven't even played against them yet, bro. Chill.
It's important to draft a good composition before the round starts, or before the match starts.
No shit, bro, but you think Zaza's gonna swap after we had this conversation 10 different times?
Yeah, I don't know how to tell you when you keep...
They all sound insufferable, by the way.
She's gonna start on Widow no matter what.
I don't even think I've been playing that bad and now Scrim's on Widow either.
Oh, I believe you. I believe you. I know you are. I know you're not bad at the character. That's not my point.
I want that.
Not once did Kingsman disrespect Zaza, her skill, her playstyle, her as a person. His main worry stemmed purely from how the other team was going to counter her character just naturally, just based on dynamics. Zaza's stack would argue, my performance isn't even that bad. That's going to age like milk, because very shortly after, she would get absolutely pummeled by the enemy team. This is when he would say, do you see my point? This is when he would truly start to get disrespected by his team to the maximum level. Take a look.
Sore fucking losers, man.
Now imagine Zaza trying to live that, right? It's not gonna happen.
It's going with Spider-Man, bro.
Bro, y'all know that
Back to you guys now.
Yes, exactly, exactly.
I'm like learning him.
But Bucky will.
So
Bucky will prevent
like,
that.
no one is living a 5-man run into their spawn, bro. Kingsman, shut up, bro. Just my God.
They're living with triple support.
You made your point and it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so
Both cats are gonna ignore that.
Yeah, by this point, Kingsman's own chat had lost hope. W ego, it's fucking over. Is she dumb? She is so fucking mean. Rip, it's over. Yeah, you're not sniffing $1. You are not getting any money, little bro. The cherry on top here was the fact that they would win this game, purely because the rank 1 Magic, Kingsman, would carry the hell out of his dumbass team. Zaza's entire game would only get 2 eliminations. 2. I want to emphasize how much of an achievement that is. Getting a kill in this game isn't like in Call of Duty or other FPS games. If you just as much touch an opponent that ends up dying later by your teammate, it counts as a kill. Like literally just doing 1 damage. This meant that throughout the entire game, she only hit 2 different people as a sniper.
My God.
That's how crazy this is.
I'm just gonna say right now, these people would not survive old Xbox Live chat. All right, because if these people were in Xbox Live chat, they would off themselves completely. They would never touch the internet again. If they thought that 2026 social media had done them hard, imagine them in racist, unhinged, unfiltered 2010 Xbox Live chat. They would not survive. And it's what they deserve too, because shit, they be around people just like them, right? They would fit right in, and at the same time, they would not survive either. That's the crazy part.
No one saw this as a problem, except for Kingsman. That's how crazy the situation was. No matter what Kingsman would say, how he tried to formulate a sentence, how he would try to get the point across, he would always be disrespected. Like in this clip, watch.
Just save your breath.
Because I'm not swapping over Black Widow.
okay, then we lost the tournament. GG, go next. That's literally how it works.
I don't understand that.
What's that happening, bro? Oh my God, I just gotta talk about this fucking conversation.
They think they know everything, but they don't.
Another video of that for sure.
ironic? As soon as this game started, literally as soon as this game started, one of the first people who died was Cece, and then
Miss one. Middle one.
Zaza stack immediately by Spider-Man. By the way, I just want to emphasize, Cece had told Kingsman specifically when they had the call before starting scrims that Zaza was great at taking out Spider-Man. That's why she's Widow. You want to see something even more ironic? Kingsman would get 18 eliminations, carrying the hell out of his team again, while Zaza stack couldn't even hit one person. 0 kills as a sniper, 5 deaths, and 0 assists. Assists are purely for healers, people who give you buffs, and if you get a kill, they get an assist.
It's absolutely sad too. I mean, let's reinforce the context here. They get mad over a fucking video game. I swear to God. And they had to take it there to the point where shit, Mujin had to make a whole ass Netflix quality documentary on your ass. That's how low these people got. That's how low these people got. It's actually death. I actually feel sad. Their parents must have never loved them. Their parents must have never loved them. They must have gotten bullied at school. They must have had that anime villain backstory to their ass, and they took it out on somebody who was willing to help them. He was gonna be like the Mr. Miyagi of their goddamn team, and they're just they out here just throwing him like he was yesterday's chopsticks or pork chops or whatever. I'm done. Oh my God, I'm losing faith right now.
Zaza couldn't hit a single enemy that died this game. A single one. He would keep emphasizing his arguments, the fact that he went against #1 Black Widows in games and saw that they couldn't handle certain compositions. He really tried to get the point across that it's not Zaza's stack that he has a problem with, it's purely the character pick, still nothing. This would all culminate in one of the most disrespectful things that were said to him by the team captain. And since she was streaming too, might as well show you her perspective while she was saying it. Watch.
We are running into Snake 16. I don't understand, bro. I don't get it. You're making me mad, bro. We've been playing against Snake 16. This is their team. The only difference is one support player, bro. We won. Shut up now, bro. Like, I'm tired of it. This is fucking getting annoying and you're making Zaza sad. Like, it's not gonna happen. She's gonna play Black Widow, so just shut up for 2 seconds and just play this goddamn scrim. Like, I don't get it, bro. Thank you.
Like I said, it's their egos.
Oh my God, like, just shut up, bro. Like, we're not gonna swap.
If you're concerned about their dive, you just trade back.
What an incredible display by the team captain who's meant to keep order, who's meant to understand all the perspectives in her team and find a middle ground. In her mind, she probably thought, Slay Queen, I'm being a girl boss right now. In reality, she was being a nasty bully. Not just her, though, the other 2 girls as well. Out of all this...
You don't have to... I'ma just say it. She ain't just a nasty bully. She's a nasty bitch. She thinks she Regina George of this streets. And I say good riddance to her career. I heard shit on private and everything. I don't know. It might be some other guy, but... God damn, this bootleg ass Emmy Rue wannabe. I'm done. I'm done. I'm breaking down right now. I'm losing all my IQ levels. But it's important to look at this because I think this is an inspirational story. To see that this person who just wanted to help ends up becoming the hero of the story. I can't wait to see how this ends.
Scrims, this team ended up playing, so around 7 different games, Zaza would do well on the last one. Kingsman would carry every single game. That's not an exaggeration. He was really carrying his team hard. But it just so happened that Zaza got MVP once. Here's how his team reacted. Look for yourself. I mean, this is really the last straw here.
2-2. Job. Talk to Kingsman now, Zaza.
I just tell people to shut up when they're talking. That's all.
Oh, that was horrible.
I didn't talk shit at all. When did I talk shit?
Look at this right down this hard way. Look at this right down. Shush, Kingsman, you're not allowed to talk.
What?
Makes me play like crap when people are...
Yeah, that's really how it goes.
Not allowed to talk. Oh boy. Man, if Kingsman was a rapper, he would have not liked us, all of you out of here. Man, they deserve a Kendrick Lamar diss track. Good Lord. Not allowed to talk. You're the ones with 0. You got 0. Talking about you ain't allowed to talk. You ain't even have 6,000 1,000 subscribers on your YouTube channel before your sorry ass apology video. Don't come up to this guy who was gonna help your ass, and in fact, he's been helping your ass. Wow. Wow.
So
Yeah,
it's
not the only one.
like
Yeah,
I'm playing
I'm sorry,
fine
guys.
now
I'm just
because
really,
it's been
I'm just a
couple
terrible
games that,
person.
you know?
Just report me.
You're not a terrible person. It doesn't make you a terrible person.
I think
It's
everyone on this
ridiculous.
team
Just be
understands.
nice, like just be chill. Yeah,
Yeah, sorry,
we
I'm
get
just-
your
I'm
passion
just so
to win as
negative.
well, and like I
Fuck
really
outta here,
want to
bro.
win as well. Intentionally throwing because if people are being icky.
I think I'm just gonna.
But they're down to wait for us.
Whatever. I want money. I'm still gonna play. I'm really.
We already won against them. Or do you want to just like
Yeah, well,
sleep
leave them
like?
By this point, I really want to emphasize just how professional Kingsman has remained throughout this entire thing. Compared to the average person, I mean, hell, compared to me. In his shoes, I would have already crashed out a long time ago. I mean, she was over here saying that she was throwing on purpose because he was being icky to her, and that once he finally shut up, she could perform well. We all know that's a lie. She couldn't even get one kill. So why did Kingsman actually stay and deal with this disgusting disrespect, this bullying? Well, he would explain it himself. Eventually, the scrims would end. He'd leave to continue playing ranked, and then he would tell his stream straight up.
I'm just here to win the tournament. You know. I need that money. I'm fucking broke. I like money, and $3,000 or $40,000, which has a prize pool for first place of $3,000, is a lot of money for me. I could really use that to help pay my college. You know, college tuition is very expensive.
I mean, very, very relatable. Very relatable. I mean, look at all of us. All of us, we're struggling right now. If you're not ISO Speed or Kaisenat or Mr. Beast, all of us be struggling. The economy's rough right now. I'm literally buying store brand food just to eat. Literally. I did land a second job, and I was able to leave my other one, which wasn't paying good enough. So I definitely relate to this guy. I mean, he wants to just get education. That's the thing here. The other people on this team, they were probably going to use it for setups and take vacations and stuff, and just use it for selfish things. Probably. I'm not going to be surprised if Mujin brings that up, honestly, because these types of people, I can tell they sound exactly like the type of people they just throw it in your face like they're a friggin' bad baby or something. Oh my god. I relate to Kingsman here. But he's a real one.
So that's what it was. A lot of people can relate to this. College tuition is crippling debt to just
Exactly.
about anyone in the U.S. And on top of that, winning $3,000 would also mean that maybe you don't have to eat cup noodles every day. When you're a
Exactly.
part-time student who doesn't work a part-time job on the side, $3,000 can really make or break an entire year of studies. Every dollar counts, which is why he was willing to deal with this blatant disrespect, all for the sake of maybe paying off some of his college loans. Unfortunately, though, even after dealing with so much disrespect, with so much blatant bullying, it would all prove to be for nothing, because he wouldn't even get an opportunity to participate in the tournament. Shortly after telling his chat why winning is such a big deal for him, he'd go AFK for a few minutes, come back, and announce something so ridiculous that it would make anyone's blood boil.
Well, I was just kicked out of the tournament. Well,
Wow.
Unfortunate. Yep, I know. I've been messaging Bazim for the past, 20 minutes, and nothing to do. I just gotta get removed, I guess. Wow. What a joke, bro. I mean, that's just insane. I can't. Unreal, bro, unreal. That's crazy, bro.
I just want to hug him right now. Good lord.
Wow.
As you can see, his chat was absolutely shocked. Anyone with a brain cell would be shocked. And Kingsman was speechless. Kicked for what? Enduring bullying? Wanting your team to win? Giving advice from your own experience playing in the highest ranks? And to top it all off, the reason for him being kicked wasn't specified to the public. The tournament organizer, Basim ZB, would give a very vague answer when asked why he was kicked. And he made it sound like something that was completely unforgivable. This didn't help at all, because it only fueled rumors and theories that were way worse than what actually occurred. See for yourself.
I made. This is my decision. He was kicked out was, for violating rules. All right, I'm gonna just say that because I'm keeping it as respectful as
Violating what
I'm a
rules?
tournament host. There is a level of creator respect, and this is not. I'm gonna say, like, somebody calls somebody a poopy head, they don't get kicked out of the tournament. There's reasons for this, okay? And it's not just a one-time thing, because I understand warning is not an option, no. Because if there's warnings, everybody's going to get warnings. There's a zero tolerance policy. He wants to play and he wants to win.
I got zero tolerance for you.
A lot of people to switch to different team comps. I understand he wants to win.
Looking like bootleg Suge Knight up in here.
Toxic. There's a lot of different things, all right? I understand. I was a college student once too, bro. I get it. I got no personal beef with Kingsman. I got no beef with Kingsman. I got no beef with anybody.
I got no beef with Kingsman, but at the same time, what he did was unforgivable. What he did has a zero tolerance policy. He doesn't even deserve a warning, just an immediate kick. That's just how bad it is. Look, it was obvious he was trying to quell down the flames, but this did nothing but put fuel on it. It was handled horribly. Not to mention that as time went by, CC would continue to talk shit behind Kingsman's back.
I open up the chat and I immediately see CC saying I was shit talking the tourney and my members. And all I gotta say is I tried to be so polite the whole tournament, and I literally
she's so toxic.
I've been
let's go.
I've been promoting this tournament for weeks, and obviously maybe there was a joke in passing. I mean, like 5 minutes ago, Tato, I literally heard you say this tournament's gonna be dog shit, bro. Like, because there's no bans. Obviously, there's jokes in passing. But all I'm going to say is one of my viewers showed me that 20 minutes before I got kicked, Cece said she had to go do something real quick.
So this was Kingsman talking to another streamer about his kick, arguing that there was nothing he said that was worse than what others have been saying throughout the tournament. Also showcasing to us that Cece has been talking shit behind his back even after he was kicked, adding that she might have had something to do with this kick because she went AFK on her stream to talk to Basim on a phone call. And finally, Kingsman went as far as having to explain to people that he was not a misogynist. Zaza Stack would complain to her Discord about how toxic he was to her, and someone would just randomly say that Kingsman's chat was misogynistic, that they were a reflection of his misogyny, that him asking Zaza, someone who can't even get one kill in an entire game, to switch to another hero, was him being misogynistic. And since Basim ZB, the organizer of the tournament, refused to elaborate on why he was kicked, these rumors were running wild. It was so unfortunate.
Man, you would think from their point of view that he was like the burnt peanut going up against the VTubers type of thing, and I'm not even gonna get into that. That was ugly, right? That's not what Kingsman was like at all. It's just he just wanted to go to fucking college. Meanwhile, what are you guys doing?
I mean, the guy did nothing wrong. His name was being ran through the mud. This is why after being kicked, he would decide to make a 1 hour, 16-minute video titled "I was kicked from a
almost as long as this video."
He'd uploaded on January 18th, and it would quickly go mega viral, being spread everywhere on social media. All the clips that we watched so far were from his video. But what's really sad here isn't just how he was disrespected by these people he had just met recently. It's also the fact that someone he considered a friend, Luciaza, someone he was excited to play with, also talked shit behind his back. I mean, this is what he had to say when he found out he was on the same team as her. Look at this.
Lucy? Yes! It's winnable. Wait, that's actually fire. This is winnable. We win this. This is actually doable. Me and Lucy are on the same team. $40,000 tournament. There's no way she's going to throw. So that means we're going to actually win. That's actually doable. Okay, Cece's got a good draft. Good draft. Oh, he picked up.
She was there during the scrims, by the way. She had nothing to say to defend him. In fact, she decided to side with CC and Zaza Stack. And here's what she would say behind his back on her own stream. Watch.
I need this for my college. I need this for my college. I have about 6 or 7 more years.
Yeah, we were dealing with some of
Oh God! What in the out of context? What in the out of touch 67-year-old grandma are you? Man, you're just sounding like a total boomer with that whole thing. Man, I have no words. If you do that in front of me, I highly tell you humbly, never make eye contact with me. I'll never talk to you. I'm finna find your Twitter. I'm finna block you. That's it. Case closed. We ain't friends.
bullies you can imagine. People who had no empathy, no understanding, and no respect. Not just because Kingsman was a top 1 player, but because he was a human being, another person. But regardless, the tournament would still go on. Cece would be asked on stream why Kingsman was kicked, and she would again run his name through the mud with Luciasa in front of her viewers. Watch.
What happened with Kingsman getting kicked?
Boston pulled me aside and was just like, a lot of people were coming to him, like chatters and stuff, were showing him clips of him like saying disrespectful things about the tournament, like us as a team, and like saying we were gonna lose and all that stuff. And like Boston was just not having it, and so he asked me, and I was just like, that's kind of just like, if you think so. But apparently he was like muting in like while we were in Discord and saying like, oh yeah, we're gonna lose.
I can't even listen to her talk anymore. She's insufferable as hell.
Some other tournament he's in was like way better. And I think Boston was just not taking that disrespect, and low-key, like, I didn't want that disrespect either. Like, I didn't want someone on the team that was just constantly gonna, like, shit talk us to his chat.
They hear disrespect. All I hear is facts coming out of Kingsman's mouth. All I hear is the truth. And they didn't want to hear it. They didn't want their egos fractured.
So I was just like, yeah, I'm fine with that.
Yeah,
but
that was, like, mad disrespectful.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, how dare he do you the courtesy of muting himself when he's about to lash out, staying respectful with you even after you told him multiple times to shut the fuck up in front of a live audience. Let's also not ignore the fact that when Basim told her he was intending to kick him, she had zero protest. I mean, seriously, with teammates like this, who needs enemies? Now, in the timeline of these events, the video had gotten tens of thousands of views and then hundreds of thousands before reaching 1 million. The Marvel Rivals community was outraged at this behavior, and it was starting to reach the mainstream. It was clear Cece wasn't acting like this for the first time in her life. She's someone who is generally vile, who bullies people all the time, and this was her first time being caught, the first time facing consequences. So in the face of these consequences, she decides to make her own response to Kingsman's video on YouTube. The result? One of the worst disliked videos in YouTube's history. Barely 24 hours after Kingsman's video got uploaded, Cece would upload her own video, titled The Truth Behind the $40,000 Tournament. It's currently sitting at 1,200 likes and 60,000 dislikes. 60,000 comments. And as you can guess, the majority of them are not on her side. Now, one of the first things that Cece addresses...
Man, that's the Logan Paul forced video all over again. It's reminding me of that Logan Paul apology. Good lord.
Here was why and how Kingsman got kicked. She'd argued that this wasn't about what Kingsman was saying. This was about how he said it, how it was affecting team performance, how it was bringing down their mental. She'd then talk about her phone call with the tournament organizer. According to her, Basim ZB would message her to talk. He'd say that he just so happened to have come across a bunch of clips and messages from Kingsman, which made him want to kick him. Cece would then go ahead and not object, but does admit that looking back, maybe a warning would have been enough. Now I really want you to listen to this part in particular. This is her arguing in Zaza's favor. Look at this argument she's making here as to why Zaza sucked so much. Watch.
I want you guys to understand, she was gonna go 0-5 no matter what she played. Why? Because Kingsman was breathing down her neck, in her ear, for the last 30 minutes. She wasn't focused.
Am I tripping, or did she pitch her voice up? Oh my! Just get this over with.
She wasn't locked in. She wasn't going to play well, no matter what she played. So you guys are like, that was her game. That was her game to show off. That was her chance to prove that it worked. No, it wasn't, because during that time, Kingsman was still down her ear. We finished that map, and we go into the next game, and we're still arguing about it. At that point, I have to put my foot down as a captain. And yes, I told him to STFU. But you have to understand, this is after an hour of dragging this conversation on, an hour of me asking him to drop this topic, an hour of just continuous arguing in the team. Yes, I finally told him to STFU.
This is why I took the time at the beginning of this video to show you these clips. From her perspective, she's making him seem to be someone unreasonable, someone who can't shut up. In reality, though, the only thing he wanted was some sort of a compromise. In between those clips of him talking were way longer play sessions with him not even breaching the topic. Zaza still could not hit a single enemy. Again, dude, getting a kill in this game is the easiest thing you can do. You just have to assist. But guys, she had to put her foot down. She had to tell him to shut the fuck up in front of the teammates and the viewers watching. They're suspecting him in front of thousands of people. And by the way, if you're confused about her voice, because she doesn't usually sound like this, yeah, we'll get to that. Don't worry. She's making this voice on purpose to appear more innocent. Next time, of course, I'm sure you've seen some memes about the vibes. She'd make this argument. Watch for yourself.
From day one, I told Kingsman, rule number 1, don't tilt my team, and rule number 2, don't bring the vibes down on the team, because we're going to lose. A lot of you guys are underestimating how important vibes are in a team scenario. At the highest level of competitive esports, tier 1 esports, you will get booted from a team simply because...
It's a competition, girl! It's a competition. Of course the people are gonna be competitive, man. I saw that tweet about the Beast games, about that one guy who pretty much betrayed his entire team so he can get the money. It was like, I don't regret anything. I feel like Kingsman, you know, he was in that same boat. He just wanted the money. You know, it could help him out. He wasn't trying to disrespect anybody. In fact, he was trying to help them, right? And even if he was to betray the entire team, you know, at the end, I feel like Kingsman, you know, he would have been like, hey, everybody's a good sport here, but then you go around and do this, trying to sound like a lolly off a gotcha game. I'm out.
Your team doesn't like you. Even if you're performing, even if you're doing well, if the team synergy isn't there, you're not coming back for another season.
Bro, how dare you ruin the vibes? How dare you? How dare you, as a #1 player, give our team free advice to win $40,000 and ruin the vibes? Should have an
I'm gonna have to reiterate, it's play to win. Play to win. This ain't Barney where we all hug around and say, I love you, you love me. This is They would not survive a 9-to-5, these people. These people, they would quit the first day.
entire segment called accountability, but throughout this whole video, she never once apologized to him. In fact, during the scrims, she called him a loser as she was muted, right? And bear in mind, she was blamed him for muting and saying they were going to lose. Watch.
Everyone thinks this guy's a
like a bug. That's just what happens.
That's such a good point. You're so right about that. And we're still gonna play Widow.
Now look, I don't know what you think about this, but in my opinion, this is the exact toxicity that Kingsman was blamed for and kicked without warning for. So as I said, CC had a whole section called accountability. She also had a section called loser, which was way longer. Did she apologize to him for this absolutely blatant toxicity? Well, as you might have guessed, no. If anything, she doubled down on it. Watch.
Yes, I did read out the chat. So when I'm looking to my right, I'm reading chat that called him a loser. And then I repeated it. I shouldn't have read out that chat because it was disrespectful. That's very hypocritical of me for
I'm just saying, her voice sounded like a TTS. She sounded like a TikTok TTS. I swear to God, it sounds so robotic. It's that lifeless. It's got no soul. It might as well have been AI. She probably used AI.
Say that about Kingsman and then say that loud. That's on me. But I will double down and say replace the term loser with being disrespectful, with asshole or rude. And that's my point. I don't think Kingsman's a loser. I think he's a good player who just wants to win. I said that because Kingsman was being a loser. You just criticized and demoralized my teammate for an hour, repeatedly ignoring our mentions to stop. Like, that's loser behavior. You're being a loser for that. And
that's rich.
Again, if you make someone sad for an hour, despite people telling you to stop, that's being a loser. And none of you guys in the chats could even you guys were trying to justify that. There's no justification for being an asshole. That's just what that was. So
yeah, I know, this gaslighting is insane. Yeah, well, it gets worse because now she's saying it wasn't a personal attack. Like, please explain to me what it is when I call someone a loser.
So it wasn't a personal attack on Kingsman. If Kingsman brought up the boss and be like, yo, this was a personal attack on me, I would have argued. I was like, no, that's not a personal attack. That's just facts.
Of course you would have argued because you're a gaslighting, manipulative bully. I mean, how can you sit here, record this, and publish this saying, oh, yeah, you know, calling him a loser, you know, replace that term with something else, and then continue and say, actually, you know what? No. If you bully someone for an hour, you are a loser. Like, what the fuck am I watching? Yeah, I'm sure you're not surprised by now why this video got so many dislikes and so many negative comments. The bully got caught for the first time maybe in her life, faced consequences for the first time, tried to use the same tactics she always used, but this time, it failed horrendously.
Y'all gonna have to apologize to the Call of Duty Infinite Warfare trailer for being out of touch. This girl made that game look like fucking Halo, the first game.
But before we move on from this video, I want to mention something that not many are mentioning at all, actually. At the end of her video, she would have a clip of around 1.5 minutes, in which Entei, a Marvel Rivals drama-centered TikTok content creator, would talk to Kingsman on
screen. She make Infinite Warfare trailer look like a masterpiece by Quentin Tarantino.
Shortly after he was kicked from the tournament. This guy wouldn't really be on Kingsman's side. He'd tell him that he was overstepping, that he was being extra. One could even say that he was siding with Cece and Zaza as well as Luciasa. This is why Cece felt so compelled to include it at the end of her video, titling this segment, Ente Preach. Just like everything we've watched so far, it's painful, but necessary. Watch.
Kingsman, what I'm trying to get you to understand, though,
in these
is that,
scenarios,
listen,
I am not.
listen, it's not just Zaza that you're affecting in this. It's also affecting Cece and your entire team synergy, because you're complaining about a comp that
Yeah,
they
but we
clearly
were
don't want to run.
synergized. We still
Okay,
synergized.
fine.
We had a game.
Then you drop it. Then you drop
Exactly.
it. Then you
exactly.
drop it.
Exactly. I didn't say anything. On the last game, I didn't even say anything. I just left the tournament. I played ranked.
You said enough, bro. Dog, listen, I'm trying to help you. You did say a lot, man. You said a lot. And like I said, I'm going to be there for you, because you getting kicked out the tournament is stupid. I get it. But you were overstepping. You were overstepping the entire time. So you can't get mad when...
They're basically saying, you're a guest in our house. We're the owners of this house, and you ain't about to do that in our house. Bitch, I wouldn't even stay in your house if you act that way to me. I'd rather sleep in Michael Myers' house. Does he even have a house?
When all the overstepping that you have done for the past several days...
Several days? Brother,
results in
Because at least Michael Myers don't talk.
we had 1 day of scrims after a draft.
Yeah, it really seemed like the entire world was against Kingsman. I mean, if I was in his shoes, I would have gone mad. Like, am I really that crazy? Am I really that insane with everyone telling me I'm a terrible person? Kingsman would then go ahead and ask Entei not to make a drama TikTok about this until he can release his video. He respected that wish. So after Kingsman's video dropped, Entei would drop his own video on his TikTok. And again, even though he was kind of giving the impression that he was Kingsman's friend, it was very obvious that he was taking the side of Cece, Zaza, and Luciana. I mean, look at the things he was saying here. Some very weird takes, like this one. Watch.
The event itself skyrocketed rivals to the front page of Twitch, and they had over 100,000 viewers combined, I believe. Mind you, most of the guys that are in this tournament are partnered on Twitch. If you ran ads during this event, you got bank. I will say, Kingsman played his cards correctly. Paint yourself as the victim in the situation. You got kicked from a $40,000 tournament, even though you were guaranteed to get paid anyway. Make yourself look like the victim. The rest of your teammates were bullying you, and I would believe that if I didn't have the full context.
Yeah, man, he played his cards right, making himself look like the victim. Yeah, this 20-year-old broke college student who just wanted to win some money in a tournament and wanted to do his best definitely is a master manipulator. What a great take. It gets better.
Kingsman, he played it smart. He only showed the game where Zaza did bad. One game where Zaza went 0-5, and that was after 2 hours and several days of internet banter and Kingsman talking her character. Don't twist my words. By character, I mean the Widow character. Stop it. What Kingsman didn't show in his video were the matches that Zaza full carried the entire team. There were a lot of things omitted from Kingsman's video, funnily enough, including dialogue between me and him at the end, where I talked about the cutthroat business. But
yeah, I don't think Bro even watched Kingsman's video, because at the end you can clearly see Zaza performed very well, and Kingsman said absolutely nothing because she performed well. He didn't tell her to switch or play someone else. What did he get in return? The entire team bullying him. He would then flex about how he called him later and told him about how this is a cutthroat business, acting like some sort of sage that he should listen to. You know what? I'm glad he didn't listen to him and made his own video. Zaza never carried, even in the game where she performed well. Without Kingsman, they wouldn't have won a single game. His comments all call him out, calling his takes very delusional, very one-sided, and it really emphasized how alone Kingsman was here. How everyone he knew in this community involved in this tournament was just not taking his side. They were all against him, all for clout and superficial business relationships.
And you know, I've been getting a lot of comments from these types of people, you know, about the whole Iron Mouse Cry For Me song, and I've been thinking about disabling him, but I decided against it because everyone's gonna have an opinion, and I should accept that. We all should, and you know, these people should have just accepted, you know, Kingsman's opinions, and instead, you know, they go around turning this into a whole Mean Girl situation that, in the end of the day, karma just hit their asses, and I'm glad I'm glad they don't have careers anymore. Let's just see how long we get to this. Boy, we still have an hour left, boy. You be making movies out here, Mujin. Netflix should hire you.
So no wonder the entire Marvel Rivals community backed Kingsman up. The consequences were almost instant. You'd have many viral Twitter threads siding with him and asking themselves how this stupid drama could have gotten this bad. Saying things like, the Kingsman drama is so stupid because in what world do you think he's in the wrong? He's got a teammate acting toxic on Black Widow going 6'8" on 200 ping for $40,000. On top of that, he's genuinely making good suggestions and they just tell him to shut the fuck up. Y'all got that? Kingsman really better than me because looking at the screen would have driven me to insanity. And here they're showing the fact that Zaza Stack is almost 200 ping. She's also lower ranked than everyone else on the team. All of a sudden, these uncomfortable moments during the scrims were getting picked up by bigger accounts. Everyone was being made aware of how toxic this truly was towards him. And I mean, it doesn't take a genius. You don't have to watch the whole video. Just one clip is enough to understand how disrespectful the dynamics were towards him. Additionally, Cece was being completely called out because it seemed like she was faking her voice on purpose to appear more innocent and soft, when in reality she sounded completely different on her stream. Here's a comparison. Watch for yourself.
I like a challenge. I like a challenge.
I'm addressing any allegations or anything that's not true, as well as I included a clip that Kingsman left out in his...
I mean, I could tell right away. You don't even have to tell me at this point. Man. And I just gotta say, it's not like Black Widow is the worst character or anything. I like Black Widow. Scarlett Johansson does a great job playing Black Widow in the Marvel movies. And, you know, now that her character arc is done and everything, everybody knows that she dies at the end of Endgame. They're like, you know, trying to switch up the characters, you know, you're gonna need some versatility. You're gonna need some selection in your roster to try and get your points up. It doesn't have to be just the same person that you play as. You can switch to the Hulk or Deadpool or whatnot. And it's just, man, by the way, speaking of Deadpool, you know Sayu is voicing Deadpool. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. The guy's inspirational. I definitely aim to be like Sayu one day.
Conversation with Entei.
Hey man, what are we doing here? Is this a catfish? Like, what the hell is this? Did she really think people would empathize with her more if she sounded cuter? The only person who would have liked this is Lakari. But speaking of pathetic, there was...
Oh no, don't bring Lakari into this. Oh no. I was not going to talk about Lakari in this stream. My God. I think I did a comment on Rima's tweet about him. It might have been somebody else, but my God. I did respond to Rima's tweet about the whole thing, about Lakari, that he had some hidden files, that was very, he was in the underage people. I'm not even gonna get into it. Ew. My Lakari is just EDP 445 2.0, and that's all I'm gonna say.
There's still a very big question mark about how Bassem ZB got a hold of these incriminating clips of Kingsman. Where did they come from? Who was the mastermind behind Kingsman being unrightfully kicked? Well, I'm sure it would come as no surprise, but it was none other than Zaza Stack's boyfriend. He would admit this himself barely a day after Kingsman's video would drop, posting a Google
Getting
Doc
the boyfriends
explaining the
involved
situation from his perspective. His intention, of course, was to minimize them.
Getting the boyfriends involved. Okay, now it's like it's just a repeat of Cinder and Redacted. My God, Cinder Red all over again.
Massive wave of hate hitting his girlfriend Zaza Stack, Cece, and eventually Luciasa. Instead, though, he would do the opposite, amplifying this hate by 1000% and getting caught in the crossfire as well. So this document is 12 pages, and as someone who's had experience reading many of these throughout my YouTube career, I can tell you right now, it was hastily written. There are a lot of grammatical errors, structure that doesn't make much sense, and arguments that are really reaching to the point of delusion. In fact, throughout multiple times in this document, Kaplunk would admit that he's barely slept since the controversy first appeared after Kingsman's video.
Oh man, can I get a Google Docie in the chat? A Google Docie! Oh boy. Did Mujin say it was 12 pages? That's the only thing I'm gonna give this guy credit for, is that he made it short, unlike Cinder, who made 1,000 pages, so. But still, Garbo. Trash. It's trash.
Off. Hello again, I'm Kaplunk, or Sam. I'm Zaza's boyfriend and currently living with her. I'm involved in the Marvel Rivals community. Seeing the earthquake this has caused, I'm going to explain my part in the Kingsman situation and the catalyst for him being removed from the tournament. I needed to take accountability for what I essentially started because the hate it has caused all involved is eating me away. In Australia, it's the night before the tournament. Yes, the tournament hadn't even begun by this point, by the way. Like, all the games that were played so far were scrims. Zaza's comments are full of hate and threats, and this has blown up massively for something she had nothing to do with. After seeing how this is affecting Zaza, I have decided to explain to the greater community why what happened happened. After the first day of scrims, I spoke to Zaza about Kingsman's comments, and she was hurt but didn't want to cause any drama. She felt she did well, though, in the first scrims to be given a chance. But during the second day of scrims and hearing Kingsman go on and on, I hit boiling point and went behind Zaza's back to send clips of Kingsman to Basim's team. I'm going to explain why I did this with as many clips I could scramble together in 6 hours. It's currently 1 hour away before the tourney start. So look, already from the first page, he's making it clear he's fully responsible for what happened. Zaza had no idea. Keep this in mind for later. Then come the clips. Now bear in mind, by the time I was recording this, Kaplunk already privated his Twitter, deleted the doc, and privated the YouTube channel where these clips were uploaded, alright? The only reason I have this right now is because I made a copy knowing that this guy probably doesn't have much of a spine. This isn't really much of a problem though, because most of these arguments that he's making made zero sense. Kaplunk was trying his best to paint Kingsman as someone who was unreasonable, someone who didn't even attempt to give his girlfriend a chance, even though she somehow deserved it. Like, look, here he would say, the draft went well, and me and Zaza went to Cece's stream where she was talking to Kingsman in her team chat. Immediately, Kingsman was questioning the Zaza pick before even knowing who she was. This is his first reaction when Cece mentioned Zaza from the get-go. Kingsman was complaining about Cece's choice to pick a 190 ping Widow OTP, which stands for One Trick Pony. What's really funny here, though, is that you don't even have to watch this clip. A 190 ping Widow OTP is enough to trigger anyone who has common sense in this game. This was very reasonable to ask. Kaplunk would then say, he then brought up the money and what it meant to him to win the tournament, where Cece made it known that she wasn't too focused on the money part of the tournament. This should have set Kingsman's expectations on his team's mindset. Whoa, that's a very bold thing to say. What, did Cece tell him that she didn't care about the money from the first day? Let's watch the clip together, shall we? The VTuber Annie Pants had reacted to this document as soon as it dropped, so much of the clips were archived on her VOD. Here's this clip in question, titled Price Pool Conversation. Watch.
If it's a draft like this,
I think that name is familiar. I think I've heard of Annie Pants before. I don't really watch her, but
Bro, you get money for
I think I've heard of her
showing up, dude.
before.
What do you mean?
Barely.
Yeah, but you get money. That's like $20. You know what I mean? Wait, 1,000?
First place. Yes, like no, between the teams.
Yeah, so it's like
split 1,006, and then for first place it's about $18,000.
yeah, big money.
Like that's what I'm saying. Like these tournaments where people just want to have fun. Like,
what was the point of this clip? Like, why was this? How is this a prize pool? They're just here talking about money and how it would have been nice for it to be more. As a broke college student, Kingsman was saying, dude, you get money for showing up. I'm happy with anything. I'm just happy to be in this tournament, but of course I want to give it my best shot. This was one of the first clips that were included in this document, and all it did was show...
Man, did they think they were in a Mr. Beast competition or what? My God. And Kingsman would have been proud to get anything, because any dollar counts. Any dollar counts. Even if you're working a customer service job, any penny counts in this economy. Everything expensive now. I'm hearing Canada's gonna get tariffs again, so I probably can't get Face Connect merch next week. So, man, I'm on the same boat as Kingsman is. If I were to be in that tournament, I would have gotten, that money to use, to give back to the VTubers in this community. I would have given it to my mom to pay her rent. I would have given it to my sister to take care of her kids, and I would just give back to everybody, because that's what I'm about. I'm about giving back. As a Sunshine VTuber, I love giving back to content creators who made my life better, and that's that.
That Kaplunk was brain dead. He then goes on to show us more clips of Kingsman being concerned about the fact that someone who plays a sniper has 200 ping. Kaplunk was very pissed about this, because he'd say, keep in mind he hasn't seen Zaza play yet or interacted with her at all at this point. As if that's necessary to be worried about 200 ping playing a character that no one plays in the pro scene. Kaplunk even includes a moment in which Kingsman's chat was telling him that Zaza was pissed about his comments towards her. Kingsman would then attempt to talk to Zaza in VC to clear it up. Zaza would instead respond in chat. If anything, this just shows that Kingsman was trying his best to be on good terms with his teammates and was just worried about the ping. This document that starts showing us clips that were in Kingsman's video, where he was very reasonably telling them, hey guys, maybe we should switch. Maybe we're gonna get completely owned if we continue like this. Kaplunk would then show us games from the scrims where his girlfriend did well. And then would say, I would like to comment on Kingsman continuing to play magic here into Eshiko's penny. He made it work despite being countered, but made it work. A luxury he does not give Zaza. Yeah, buddy, because he's #1 ranked magic on the entire planet. Zaza is diamond, she's not even Grandmaster. He then says, I will also note, Kingsman's chat, including a mod, attempts to blame Zaza's widow throughout the entire scrim despite her doing well and the enemy team glazing her. This was getting pathetic. The guy was nitpicking the tiniest things.
Oh
and it
my
still
God.
wasn't convincing anyone that he was in the right here.
Who does he think he is, Cinema Sins?
Watched. F. Kingsman trying his best to make his team understand, guys, we can't keep going like this. We're going to get pummeled in the tournament. As we saw earlier, Zaza would of course argue that she's not going to play anyone else but Widow. They win the first game and she got 2 kills, okay? Kaplunk would argue Widow was playing anti-dive this game and she was not a part of the Deadpool rush ults. Her 2 kills were on people diving.
Guys, imagine these people in the military. Alright, imagine these people in the military. Say that there's a war going on. I hope to God World War III don't happen. But say if World War III were to happen and these people were drafted and they were like, this one guy on the team, he sucks. He shouldn't be out here with us. And what if that's the guy that was helping you out through the entire thing? And if you get rid of him, you're fucked. Your lives are over. You're meeting Jesus, or in this case, you guys are meeting Satan in hell for what you did to this guy. My God. Oh yeah, I forgot I haven't been reading the chat. I haven't been reading the chat. The video was just so good that I completely forgot the chat. Oh man. I hope you guys have been doing well, by the way. Thanks for coming in. That's a lot of people out here. Thanks for coming in.
Giving the backline, stopping them from picking on Casey. Just bear in mind, this whole game maybe lasted like more than 20 minutes, right? The fact that she only killed 2 people, or hell, touched 2 people with her sniper, says a lot. But of course, the White Knight will defend his girlfriend no matter what. He'd say, this entire round has played out while arguing, and Zaza goes 0-4. This is the first game in the 6 scrims they have done that she has a negative KD, and Kingsman crashes out. Let's see how Kingsman crashes out from his perspective. Let's watch.
Fire hook. You guys. Okay, guys. Case and point proven. Right now. Do you understand?
No, well, you've been making it clear.
How do you not see the problem right now?
Wait, first of all, that ass Kingsman, like, shut the fuck up.
Okay, bro.
You're doing
Yeah, we've seen the dialogue before. This is it's being re-shown through Anypants right here, but like they called that a crash out. They called that a crash out, boy. I'm not gonna bring up the Boogie 2988 clips, but shit, I'm gonna have to. This is a crash out. This is a crash out. They called that a crash out. Hold on, I'm gonna pull up something. These people don't know what the definition of a crash out is. They thought that they took his facts as a crash out. They took his facts as a crash out. Man. This is a crash out, guys. This is a crash out. This is what a crash out looks like. This is what a crash out looks like.
Dan, I told you I couldn't talk about this, man.
You can do this.
That's why I told you. No, I can't. I told you I couldn't talk about this.
You knocked this out of the park.
I begged you not to make me talk about this on the show. I begged you.
You crushed it.
I begged you. I begged you. I begged you, Dan. I begged you.
You crushed it. You did very good tonight.
I fucking begged you.
You did.
That's what a crash out looks like, guys.
You did fine.
Somebody who just wants attention.
Computer.
These people, they think that they were out here just trying to make things right, and instead all they did was think things wrong. They're acting like Boogie right now, just trying to get the attention away from Kingsman, who just wanted to go to college. Man, that's what a crash out looks like. It's nasty, 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 nasty. And yeah, shout out to Smugalana. I hope she reacts to this soon. I hope she reacts to the new Mujin video, because yeah, I've been watching her recently. She's a nice girl.
This is not even on Invis, but I can go, you're getting value to be my...
Crashes out. You know what, dude? I think anyone who was reasonable, who had common sense, and who wanted to win this tournament would have done way worse than what he did. The mental gymnastics that Kaplunk was pulling here were out of this world. And this is when the White Knight would step in.
Couldn't say any better than myself.
I come in. I was watching this, and I had been clipping on an alt account since the start of the VOD when the first comments came in. I then messaged the member of production I know and told him to get Basim to watch Kingsman's stream. I went behind Zaza's back to do this. She was still in the scrim and didn't know what I was doing from the next room. I then sent multiple of the above clips to Basim with the context of everything since draft day. Here we can see DMs between Kaplunk and one of the members of production. Kaplunk would start off the DM saying, "Are you around? If you are, lurk CC or Kingsman streams." He'd say, okay, what's going on? Kaplunk would say, "Kingsman is out to get Zaza, telling her she can't play Widow. He needs the money, and to play triple support." The crew member would say, "She's not a support player." Kaplunk would say, "Yeah, it's pissing me off. He's been on to her since the draft, and she hasn't wanted to stir the pot, but he is slamming her in front of his 200 viewers." Crew member would say, "Like, is he talking shit when unmuted to his team?" Kaplunk would say, "I'll lurk just his stream to see." Crew member would say, "Did CC mute Kingsman on her stream or something?" Kaplunk would say, "I don't think so. They have been at it for at least the last hour." It's between matches and rounds, it flares up again. He'd then say, "There's a clip I'll get from the VOD later where he's just talking about the money. Send this to Basim and CC. While they talk, they will want to see it." Dude, again, how dare he care about the money? Like, how dare he? How dare he get into a tournament with a $40,000 prize pool and care about winning? What a disgusting piece of shit. He'd then continue the document and say, "I didn't tell Zaza what I was doing because she..."
But that'd be like going on The Price is Right and be all like, "Oh, I'm just here to meet Drew Carey and have fun." Like, bitch, you not. You just want to pay off. I'm out.
Hates drama and she wouldn't want it to blow up like it has. Since draft day, I was lurking Kingsman and CC stream. Zaza was being targeted from the get-go with no prior knowledge of her gameplay. This crash out was the last straw for me. I was unable to hold my bias or tongue anymore. This is the time that CC was pulled aside to make a final decision. There's more I want to cover, but I'll make this part available until I finish writing the rest, and I'll add it here. He would then include more clips and more explanations that don't matter at all in the grand scheme of things and only make him more delusional, and he'd finally say, "Personal note, there are several days of responses and rumors to cover, but I haven't slept to put it together enough. At the end of the day, the decision to report Kingsman was my own. The decision to kick him was made by Basim. Zaza didn't know I had anything to do with it until after the scrims. I was of full belief Kingsman was unprofessional in a setting he had to be, full stop. I also have a downloaded copy of VOD 3 which I will upload and attach so it's immortalized before Twitch or anything else purges it." This dude genuinely thought that he was saving something that was about to get deleted, like he was cool or something, when in reality the only thing that got purged from the internet was his stupid YouTube channel with videos that made no sense when it came to the context he was offering. And I think the funniest part of all this is that while Annie Pants was reading this live on stream after he had published it to everyone in the community,
He probably showed up to the chat.
up based on criticism, making it seem like he wasn't even editing it. Look at this.
Actually fire.
He was live editing. Wow.
Did you delete it? What happened?
He just straight up deleted a paragraph, dude.
Wow.
And he deleted another sentence. Like, he deleted the sentence that says no means no. If you can't take no for an answer after it was given to you.
That right there, ladies and gentlemen, is how you show guilt. Live editing. He was probably watching Annie Pants too. And it was just, that's how you show guilt. Anybody who is guilty, they do shit like this. If you find that somebody edits a literal Google Docie in front of people's streams, that's a major red flag. Absolute red flag up in here. You just watch out for that. At least Cinder wasn't editing her shit. Man, I hope she's doing alright, man. She looks like a saint compared to these people.
To you several times, that's on you. Of course, this was all written to make Kingsman look as bad as possible. Of course, what ended up happening was the complete opposite. Kaplunk ended up looking like the biggest clown imaginable. The quote tweets were endless and they were all clowning on him. A whole Google document because a soft A wanted to win $40,000 and his teammates didn't. I'm in tears. Instead of minimizing the drama, Kaplunk ended up amplifying it to levels no one could have ever predicted. It got so bad. And Cece would go ahead and quote tweet it herself. She would attempt to divert all the hate that she's receiving to Kaplunk. Okay, this wasn't a friendly quote tweet. She'd say, "For those on the niche side of Marvel Rivals, there was a creator tourney where I was team captain and someone on my team got kicked for disrespectful behavior. A video was released where I was made to seem like it was my fault he got booted. I'm here to clarify again because Kingsman won't. I was not the reason."
By the way, look at that community note right there. You fostered the toxic environment. You were one of the most disrespectful. God bless Elon Musk for putting in the community notes, man. That is... Sometimes Twitter can be fun.
quote tweeting Kaplunk's Google document. This wouldn't work though because she'd get community noted, saying, "You fostered the toxic environment. You were one of the most disrespectful people there," linking Kingsman's video. She would turn off replies, but before she would, people were absolutely cooking her, ratioing her over 10 times. One person here would try to suck up to her and be on her side, saying his cult is insane, referring to Kingsman, because watching from the beginning, all the comments were not needed. They're going too hard about money. This dude would get a community note with like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 different links saying contestants who join tournaments usually care about money. It's almost always why they're in the tournament to begin with. Kingsman had every right to express that he wanted to win. Thankfully, though, the majority of people, and by majority I mean 99.99%, had more than 2 brain cells to rub together.
I mean, how many rap songs do you hear every day coming out of the radio that brags about money? Alright? And you're one of those people that's broke as hell and lives with your parents and is just desperate to make it out. Listening to all these people rapping about they got Gucci sweaters, they got the cars and everything. I want to tell you about a guy known as Eminem. All right, he grew up listening to that rap music his entire childhood, and in his mid-20s he was dead broke. He lived in a trailer park, and Dr. Dre found his mixtape, and the rest is history. If Eminem could make it out, and remember that Mom Spaghetti song, Lose Yourself? Talking about how he went from rags to riches. That's one of the most classic songs of this century. Okay? You can think of Kingsman as like Eminem, and like he wanted to just make it out. Right? And at the end of the day, he took down some bullies with him, and I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him. I'm proud of him.
Together. They weren't going to get gaslit or fooled, and her strategies that she's employed her entire career to get away from the consequences simply wasn't working here. But while Cece and Zaza were getting the majority of the hate, one person was still left on the sidelines and got less. Lucy Aza, the person here who was meant to be Kingsman's friend and completely stabbed him in the back. She would delete her VOD of the scrims with Kingsman and the rest of the team, hoping to wipe evidence, but someone would come in with this clip that they had saved to really show us how vile of a person she was, along with...
The only Lucy I like at this point is Lucy Pyre. That's the Lucy y'all should be subscribing to. Subscribe to Lucy Pyre, man. Shout out to her.
Both Zaza and Cece. Watch.
I have a genuine question. Like, seriously, answer this. Even if you support Kingsman or whatever, support Kingsman like it's fucking Israel. And
oh! No! This stream is over. This stream is over. No. Oh my god, you really took it there. No. Girl. Are you listening, girl? You really had to take it there? You really had to take it there, didn't you? I'm gonna quote Offset for a bit. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. They do anything for clout. No. At this point, I'm not surprised by anything they say anymore. If they bring out the N-word with the hard R, I'm not even gonna be surprised anymore.
what you have in your head. I have a genuine question. Ready? I'm saying... I have a...
Honestly, who gives a shit what her question was? How weird do you have to be as a person to say something like this? To compare
exactly
Kingsman to Israel? Like, how did we even get here? Next up, you'd have Cece, one day after Kaplunk would release his Google document, tweeting out her quote-unquote final statement that she would delete very shortly afterwards. Here's what she said. My final statement. I take accountability for my poor handling of the situation and should have accommodated Kingsman better because I understood his motivation to try and win $3,000. In parentheses, not...
Guys, that Israel comment reminds me of something that Elfin Psyop would say for attention. My God.
40K. As if that matters, you idiot. She'd then say, I misspoke in the green light clip. In that same stream, after the clip was cut, I clarified Basim did not ask for approval. He was going to kick him regardless. Yeah, but you didn't even bother defending him as team captain. At the end of the day, he wanted money, and I wanted to defend my teammate from someone who was dogging on her from draft day about playing Widow in a creator tourney. I only called him a loser. I did not say shut the fuck up, rage bait him, or insult him other than that. If me asking him to stop is where you draw the line, then okay, insult me, crying emoji. And yes, I told my friend in Twitch chat to kill themselves. I've been banned and freed. Your favorite streamer probably says worse behind closed doors, crying emoji. Yeah, so that last part was in reference to how she was banned for 24 hours during the tournament. People were wondering why. Turns out she typed KYS to one of her viewers, who she called a friend. Wonderful behavior, again, by a team captain. Here she was doubling down. Again, missing the entire point about why people were mad at her. She keeps saying I take accountability without actually taking any accountability, without ever apologizing, and while still justifying why she called him a loser. By this point, a goldfish would have understood what they're meant to do, but she couldn't get it through her head. But guys, look, all season
people are just that thick, it's sad.
Was good vibes. People were starting to wonder, are these the same good vibes she was exhibiting in her TikTok? After making a post and a video and multiple statements of her taking accountability, she was still being extremely toxic. Look at some examples. Someone would say, got your best player kicked from the team, goodbye $40,000, hello good vibes, to which she would say $3,000 and we've got better players and vibes now. Someone else would say, lol, glazing Kingsman's for what now y'all gonna lose, kicked out your
nice
best
job
player,
spreading
well,
negativity. Shout out Jonathan J.
Check this one out. If you don't want to win, don't scrim and don't draft people who do want to win. To which she would say, I don't want to win with someone who can't take no for an answer. So now she was insinuating that this was someone who couldn't accept consent. Isn't that incredible? Really, like how far down can you dig your hole? Apparently for Cece, she can go down to the earth to score without even batting an eye, without even having a hint of self-awareness. In the replies of this post, you'd find Zaza's tag, saying, not a single screenshot there is me. Also, I had zero input into the decision of him being kicked.
They're just completely digging themselves into a hole that they're never gonna get out of. They're gonna stay stuck in that hole for years, for the rest of their lives.
In these replies, Zaza was playing the victim, telling everyone that she had no idea who was
My God, this is just sad to watch. The complete, utter downfall. They're turning into lol cows by the second.
She'd even say she was never rude back to him. But the clips that we saw earlier in the video definitely show us a different story. Throughout this entire thing, not a single person apologized to Kingsman. Not a single person admitted that they were wrong. Everyone was just doubling down, or, like Luciaza, pretending like nothing actually happened. The only person that would finally, a few days after the video, more specifically 3 days, that would admit that they were wrong was the tournament organizer, Basim ZB. Here's what he had to say. Watch.
The people, when they come in here, when they hate, they're justified in what they're saying. They're absolutely right. You're absolutely right. 100%. No question about it. Like, there's no beating around the bush. I don't know why it's, like, difficult to admit when you're wrong and you fucked up. I made a decision based off of haste and based off of misinformation, but everybody in the team knew what was going on. Everybody in this team knew what was going on. And the fact that nobody told me it was... That's whatever. It doesn't matter. It doesn't...
Get that vehicle moving again!
Whatever.
So look, there's no question that Basim completely screwed up in his role of tournament organizer. I've seen many people call for him to never be able to host another tournament again, and he's also had a lot of hate thrown his way. He even admitted it, but he also said that it was justified. He understands why it's happening. He screwed up. Look, we all make mistakes in life, all right? And I think what's important is that we learn from them. At least Basim had the self-awareness required to understand that he made a mistake, and he said so. Good for him. What's really unfortunate, though, is that this self-awareness did not rub on the whole bullying group whatsoever. Everything we saw so far was nothing more than a very bad attempt at damage control. This obviously didn't work at all. If anything, it made things considerably worse. How much worse? Well, the bullies in question were about to find that out the hard way. Shortly after the Google Doc, Kaplunk would make yet another tweet. Here he'd say to Kingsman, I'm reaching out to apologize and talk about the way things went down. In this case, I went about it in completely the wrong way. I overstepped. Zaza told me to leave it alone in confidence and dumb impulse decisions. Kingsman, I'm sorry for sending the clips which caused Basim to kick you from the event. The Google Doc
Boy, Kaplunk's just saying this just because everybody's been clowning on them. They're just...
involve myself in a situation I was not a part of. Zaza, I am
it's
sorry
just
for going
sad.
behind your back to release the document despite you warning me not to. This has been a massive wake-up call, and if there's any hate to be directed to me, not Zaza or Kingsman. Shortly after posting this, Kaplunk would go ahead and private his Twitter account. So this was him
They
essentially.
always do that. They always private their Twitter. They always do that. The cowardice of these
He
people.
made it seem like he was the one who
They're
did this.
cowards.
She was the reasonable one telling him to stop drama farming, but he just wouldn't listen. This, of course, made the community hate him even more because this guy had essentially admitted to going behind his girlfriend's back and sending a lot of hate her way. Someone would quote tweet that last tweet that Kaplunk had made and say, Zaza will forever be known as an EOMM agent and it's your fault. In a nutshell, this means that she's always on the losing team, like she's there to pretty much sabotage you. You reported him and made a doc where you blatantly lied just to make him seem bad. Now you're trying to delete everything to hide it and come out with an apology that we know you don't actually believe in. But here's the deal. People weren't stupid. They were keeping track of these things. The guy was very blatantly lying because as soon as he posted his Google Doc, his girlfriend, Zaza Stack, would repost it. This was of course about to backfire both on him and his girlfriend very harshly later. But in the meantime, Sissy would make yet another statement.
Oh my
She had over
god!
17 million views. Here's what she would say. I'm sorry I failed
Most
to realize that I need to
definitely
take
all the
proper
quote
accountability
retweets
on
got
it
it
as
to
well.
that
Many
number.
of you saw my replies and they were defensive, deflecting, and argumentative. I was busy fighting to defend myself and I've deleted them now because I realized what you guys really wanted from me was a sincere apology. Took you long enough. As a team captain, I have a responsibility to make accommodations for
Or
all
too
my
little too
teammates.
late is
On
what I
everything
would
from
actually
Widow
say.
to P, I also
Mujin.
need to better respect Kingsman's wishes. Once the team environment became disruptive, I needed to de-escalate with a solution for both parties. A simple, hey guys, let's try this game with Widow, then the next one we can switch things up, could have worked. Emotions were high, and I failed to notice, which resulted in me snapping at Kingsman. I apologize, as no matter what, raising voices and instantly shutting down a teammate is not the right thing to do. I also should have reprimanded the comments directed at Kingsman once the scripts were over. I needed to hold everyone accountable. I also apologize for calling Kingsman a loser, and I should not have read that in chat in the first place. It was very disrespectful, as Kingsman was just trying to win. And as a leader, I needed to lead without emotions and a clear view. I said good vibes are important, but failed to create that properly. Before Kingsman video went out, I had already reflected, which is why I didn't realize you guys needed to hear it too. I'm sorry my Twitter fingers went first, not this. I tried my best to be ready as a captain, preparing a spreadsheet with various comps and playstyles, but I learned that being a team captain...
It's just
is more than
word
strategy.
salad. It's just
Everyone
damage
on the team,
control
they
word
all
salad that I'm
have the
looking at
same.
here.
Wow,
It's
what a wonderful
it's
apology. I really should post
desperate.
this first
It's
without being defensive, weird, entitled,
It's defensive.
Kaplunk's terrible Google Doc.
It's
You know,
offensive
a
as
whole
hell.
list of things. But by this point, it was too late. People were not buying this. She was just trying to do this as a PR move. In fact, she got community noted. Here's what it said. Even after the initial situation calmed down, CC continued to bully Kingsman and speak ill of him across social media. CC has a history of attacking other players and talking trash, linking a tweet. In this tweet, we can see some of the TikTok comments that we already saw earlier, as well as messages in her Discord. She'd say, I'm pretty sure he spent all 20 years of his life inside playing video games, which is why he lacks social skills. She's of course referring to Kingsman. More bullying.
Man.
As people were raiding her Discord because of it. First she'd say, yo, Kingsman cocksuckers, screenshot this. Y'all think I ain't see the toxicity in the Kingsman Discord?
No.
W not spreading hate from the mods and Kingsman community. This only served to make people hate her more. Seeing this, she would reply to that apology we just saw and say, I'm sorry I was going off the video and forgot to explicitly call this out. Earlier today, I woke up to 1,000 plus notifications from the day before and people had joined my server from Kingsman. I was having a panic attack and I just started experiencing them. So on my freakout, I said, Kingsman lacks social skills because
They
he
were
started
raiding
playing
her
videos
server and everything,
I
just
was
putting her
angry and
on
ended up
full
lashing out
blast.
at him instead of his
Well
team. I
deserved.
deeply regret it and I apologize for flinging another insult out. This shows I have terrible character, but I will be working on watching the words I say and getting help with my panic attacks. Heart emoji. The community note would come in and say, she doesn't actually feel bad. This is a PR move. Linking the same tweet we just looked at. Someone would quote tweet this reply and say, she ulted, heartbreak emoji. That's it, man. She ulted. She pulled out.
There's
her
also the
biggest
falling
tweet.
rose
I was
emoji too.
having panic attacks. You know what's really funny? During the draft stream, Kingsman was specifically told that CC would make a good team captain because she has military experience. This leads her to be able to handle high pressure.
Oh, there goes my
because
assumption.
she's being raided due to consequences of her own actions. What kind of military are we talking about here? GTA RP? Like, come on, who are you kidding? Anyway, while the high-tech military commando known as CC was being...
Man, I gotta say, I don't even believe, even if she has military experience, it doesn't excuse her from being a total a-hole. Alright? Like, if you want a real military, you know, streamer that you should support, man, I know somebody. I know someone who deserves all that. She's actually in the military, and she's really about that life. And that girl is Tomoe Yumari. Right? Everybody, please subscribe to her. She's an actual military streamer who actually is about that life. And I think she's underrated, and she deserves 200K. Please go subscribe to her. The girl is absolutely amazing. She has very chill streams, and she's a very laid-back streamer too at points. I think the girl is definitely very much deserving of the support that she has. So definitely go subscribe to her. So even if CC's in the military, Tomoe is the absolutely opposite of that. You know, she's in the military, but she actually treats us like family. She treats us like friends. Okay? Oh my god.
Being absolutely dogpiled, Zaza was still fighting her own battle. By this point, she still hadn't made a single statement. This is when people would choose to go to her older tweets to call her out, with this person saying, "You realize you can't hide, right? You fucked up big time, homegirl." To which again, she would give the same narrative. "I'm aware and I'm not trying to hide, but people gotta chill. I had absolutely zero input into the decision of him being kicked. The power was out of my hands there, and people still think it was my fault." People would call out her performance and how much she sucked, and then she would say, "So now you're just hating because you don't want to recognize that I've informed you with the truth, and you want any reason to still hate? Wow." She was still going as hard as possible with the narrative that she had no idea she was just someone in the middle of a crossfire that she's not involved in. Eventually though, around 8 hours after CC would make her apology tweet in which she finally uttered the word sorry, Zaza Stack would come out with her own statement, saying, "Sorry it has taken me a while to write out a response to the Kingsman drama. I am the Widow player involved and wanted to take some time to collect my thoughts and reflect on the things that took place. Just to preface this post contains clarity and accountability. To start things off, I believe there are a lot of people who have blown this way out of proportion when it could have just been solved with a simple conversation instead of escalating things. That is on everyone involved. I'm taking accountability for not swapping off of Widow when I should have. The games that were playing in Kingsman's YouTube video were practice scrim games and not the actual tournament games, so I was hoping I would have a proper chance to show off my Widow gameplay. My choice to stay on Widow was never because of ego or wanting to throw, and the whole way through the tournament I continued to tell Kingsman that I still wanted to try and wanted to help him win. The reason I initially said no to his suggestions was because they were out of my hero pool and I had no playtime on them. Kingsman was made aware of my hero pool from day one, and when he asked for Phoenix instead, I was too focused on processing the pressure that I was feeling from him constantly pushing me to swap. In hindsight, I should have just swapped to Phoenix or Gila so we could have practiced that too. As for when Kingsman said that he could switch to Bucky or Mantis and try that idea was never attempted because I said that his magic gameplay was really good and I thought that his magic was working. Of course it was going to work. He's rank 1 magic in the world. Black Widow is competitively my best hero. And when I was invited and signed up for the tournament, initially there was no prize pool and it was labeled as a creator tournament. The $40,000 prize pool...
They're just cracking down at this point. It's just desperate. It's just getting sadder and sadder.
First place getting $3,000 each for winning, so everyone ended up getting paid. I think a lot of people have been getting my voice mixed up with the other girls' voices and have been struggling to tell us apart, which has led to way more unwarranted hate than there has to be. She'd then say, I was never once rude to Kingsman in the VODs, even when asked to talk my shit. I will take accountability for getting stern after a while of being asked the same question over and over, and do apologize for that, as I definitely could have had more patience. However, I still don't believe that I insulted him in any way. If Kingsman is at all offended by any of my actions, then I am deeply sorry to him. On the topic of the drama, I would also like to address my boyfriend's, Kaplunk's, input into the situation. With Cap and I living in the same house, I know how easy it is to believe that we work together on sending through clips or the creation of the document.
It's a twit longer.
That we did not work together on any of that at all. There had been comments and concerns from Kingsman's
too long, didn't read version, we got caught, and now I'm out here tripling down like it's nothing.
Since the draft day about my Widow pick potential. On day 1 of scrims, I had told Cap to not send through any clips of Kingsman doubting my Widow or muting up to speak to his stream as the day 1 games went well. I warned Cap that I could handle the situation of doubt by conversing, and that if Kingsman were to end up getting kicked from the tournament, it would bring flame on all of us. Wow, does she have a crystal ball? That's highly mature from someone like her, huh? On day 2 of scrims, Kaplunk had sent through clips to tournament administration without me knowing, in a moment of feeling overprotective for me, so that they were aware of Kingsman being pushy towards my choice to play Widow. The clips were passed on to the tournament host, Basim ZB, and a rushed, overconfident decision was made to kick Kingsman from the tournament. Basim ZB has since taken accountability for his rushed decision and lack of research on his recent Twitch streams. You know, I love working on this video so far because I don't even have to say anything about this statement. Community notes are present on every single statement made by the girls here. And they say everything that needs to be said. Here's what this one said in particular. Zaza Stack states that she never
the French accordion music.
Tweeted several tweets containing the doc as
the The French accordion music got me dying. I love his music editing choices. He did some good ones on the Elfie Psyop one too. He does it on a lot of his videos, really. Some music editing choices can make and break in video.
As an attempt to defend herself. Actually, you know what? This community note could have been written a bit better. Not only did she retweet the document multiple times, she was also fully aware it was being written because, well, she admitted it live on her stream. Watch it for yourself.
See,
Hey,
did you see
Demi!
the document Cap was putting together about it all? Rage bait for more views? I'm not a rage baiter, bro. I'm not a rage baiter. He tweeted it, yeah. Yeah, he's being very, like, straightforward about everything and putting all the evidence in there, too. He's actually, Cap has a lot of experience writing good documents like that, so... W Cap.
Yo, Cece, did you see the Google Doc that my
Hey, look, it got retweeted by Demi. Shout out to Demi. I really like her.
boyfriend's putting together? It's also really funny to me how she's gloating. Oh yeah, dude, he knows how to write these documents, man. Really? Did we both read the same thing? Incoherent structure? Clips that don't make sense? Grammatical errors that a toddler could have avoided? Really? But guys, I swear I didn't want my boyfriend to publish this because I knew that this was going to cause me drama. I could just foresee the future. How much of a clown can you be in one incident? How much, dude? Her statement wouldn't simply just end here, though. She then continued, saying, as for the Google document that Kaplunk had released, all the information within that was 100% factual and drawn from the VODs. However, it didn't shed any light from Kingsman's side of the story, which I believe was needed too. About 4 hours before the tournament started, I was downstairs crying from some of the misinformation and hate that was being spread after Kingsman had posted his YouTube video. Even though he had told people not to hate on others at the start of the video, seeing how upset I was sparked Cap to put together the Google document that he posted. She then continued saying he had told me that he forgot to finish doing something on his PC and then went upstairs to his setup. I went to bed as I needed sleep before the tournament as it was early morning hours in Australia. After a while, I messaged him saying, I don't know what you are doing on your PC, but I have a gut feeling you are writing a post or a document and I think you should leave it and come sleep. I ended up falling asleep and he ended up staying up writing.
Boy, I'm falling asleep right now to you. It's a lot of words.
From my side. The clip
It's saying a whole bunch of nothing.
This clip on my Twitch was after the document had been posted and I'd already read.
So I'm gonna make a lullaby ASMR of all these people crashing out.
Yes, Kaplunk might be my boyfriend, but that does not mean I have control over his actions. Just like everyone else involved, he is still his own individual person, and he has since written a public apology to take accountability on his profile here on Twitter. I never intended to offend Kingsman or throw away an important tournament to him, as I still wanted to help.
There we go again, but I never meant to throw it away, but then it's just going around in circles and circles at this point.
The community notes did not let her post a single thing without correcting her, by the way. It would say, OP did not intend on winning or helping Kingsman as she repeatedly continued to play Widow on high ping while berating Kingsman for being asked to switch. She was also on stream viewing the document with her boyfriend and approved it, linking the clip that we just watched. She would then finally say, also, just to leave a note here, I've limited the comments because people commenting were already trying to be misogynistic or racist as soon as I posted this. Again, a community note would come in and say, Zaza Stack and the others associated with the mistreatment of Kingsman have often limited comments whenever it is obvious the majority will give criticism, not due to racism or sexism. Zaza has already shown to be untrustworthy due to her admitted approval of the document by Kaplunk. God, it is just wiping the floor with them. Someone would ratio the hell out of her before the comments would be limited, saying, said a whole lot of nothing. After most likely many years of this,
and with the profile pic too, just
finally
I'm out.
It was very
another good profile pic, the I show speed one.
People, including myself, thought that okay, fine, things will finally die down now. They posted their final statements. They said what they had to say.
The I show speed
possibly get any
profile
worse,
pic is killing
right?
me.
Well, we were all proven wrong. When King
We was all laughing at them.
An entire brand new Twitter account just so that he can post new information he acquired. This would somehow, even after everything we've just seen, make everyone look considerably worse. On January 21st, barely a few hours after Zaza had posted her long statement, Kingsman would create a Twitter account and tweet, hey everyone, I originally wasn't...
Docs.google.com, another Google Docky in the chat! Google Docky! Oh boy! Lord! The Google Docies just keep on coming. Rima, I hope you got sleeping pills, cause you ain't gonna be able to sleep tonight. You better get those naps in before you stream all about this tomorrow. Oh boy. Or whatever you do, this because I know you're watching. I know you're watching this drama. I think you already addressed it, but I don't even keep count of all this news anymore.
Planning on posting this, but the first screenshot kind of messed with my vibes a bit, so here it is. Posting his own Google document. The document would be barely a couple pages long, and it would be very screenshot heavy. He'd start off by saying, originally I wasn't planning to post anything else on this, but I saw this. He'd come across a screenshot between Kaplunk and what seems to be the crew member he was talking to. This would be the continuation of the DMs he was having with the crew member, where he said it's between matches and rounds it flares up again. The crew member would say, go on an alt, clip anonymously, download the clip. If there's anything that can help us get him kicked off the team, don't worry, plenty of people in line just as good. Kingsman, like everybody else, is replaceable, playing for the money, ... Get the fuck out. There's no bans. To which Kaplunk would say, yeah, I'll go through it. This is when Kingsman would say, and this is just blind speculation, but the fact that you referred to it as helping us get him kicked off means that multiple people were trying to do that on my team. Kaplunk is Zaza's boyfriend, and I'm assuming this message is with one of the team members. And I'm 99% sure it's Cece. So this was Kingsman pretty much saying that this wasn't with a crew member on the production team for this tournament. This was actually Kaplunk talking to Cece. This is his speculation. Of course, insinuating that Kaplunk was lying in his document when he said that this was a crew member. And honestly, after everything that's happened so far, I don't think it would be a crazy revelation. He'd then continue and say, either way, my vibes were off. So here's the DMs between me and her after I got kicked and posted the video right before the tournament started. These messages would start off with Cece messaging Kingsman in Discord DMs saying, bro, please do something, these fucking NPCs in my Discord server. TikTok chat, Instagram, comments, streams. To which Kingsman would say, I told him not to harass anyone like 40 times in my vid. If you have like Twitch names, I can ban them. To which he would say, holy fuck, they think I'm responsible for banning you when all I said was, okay, I agree, Basim.
Oh my god.
No matter what I did, I wish you asked for clarification before you posted this godforsaken video. Instead, I'm here fighting panic attacks and mass banning people on X different platforms. Make another post or delete the video if you really care. 20 minutes would pass and she was
why would he delete it at this point?
Any response?
What would that do?
$40,000. I want some peace of mind for the next time I go live, crying emoji. God, even in these DMs, she sounds so vile. Kingsman would then say, I'm not deleting the video. It's legit just a VOD. But I've already told my viewers like a trillion times not to harass anyone, and I'll keep saying that at the start of my streams and banning whoever I see. This is when she'd say, why not? You took my clip out of context before even asking me for clarification. You can re-upload the VOD again, no? To which he would say, the VOD is staying up, dude. I'm not taking it down. Nothing is out of context. It's just the 16th and then the draft from a viewer's perspective. This is when she'd say, you insinuated I was the one who got you banned, question mark? You put a screenshot of a random Discord message from someone else saying I was sus for going into a one-on-one call with Basim? He'd reply with, you said in the same video, I have a boss call with Basim. In the same vid you say, I greenlit it. I'm not here to argue, so... To which she would say, oh, sorry, are you uncomfortable that I'm taking no for an answer? Oh my god. The same way you didn't take no for an answer for an hour? Or the fact that the only thing you said to the team was about money? Like, seriously, bro. Why the fuck would I want to kick you if I insisted you stay after you said you want to go play ranked? Thanks for throwing me under the fucking bus and into unlimited harassment for X amount of weeks, if not months. Get your fucking clicks now, all because your own actions got you banned and you can't accept that. Usually I'd be mature, but I don't owe you that, and you can't even see how you're in the wrong. You are an asshole for harassing Zaza for a whole hour and making her upset even after we said to drop, and now I'm getting that harassment tenfold. Kingsman would then say, sorry to hear that. To which Cece would say, stop lying, you're not sorry. He'd say, I mean, you also just got banned from Twitch the same day for your actions, which is a totally separate matter. She'd say, for what actions? LMAO, I said something in chat to my friend. That's something being KYS, by the way. To which Kingman would say, okay. She'd say, it's completely unrelated. He'd say, I'm done talking. Good luck on the tournament. And she'd end this with, you know I hard defended you when Entei drama farmed. I got into major drama in Creator Discord with a bunch of people just dogging on me for being upset. Entei went behind my back to talk bad about you, and look. I had creators tell me how you're a crash out and that it's not good I got you on my team and I still defended you. I ain't ever met such a narcissist like you. Wow. Incredible. And if you guys don't remember, Entei was that one Marvel Rivals TikTok drama creator that we talked about earlier. Kingsman would then say in the document, she then removed me from the Discord server with Rivals creators all over TikTok where we chat, and apparently she was the owner. LMAO. Also, on a side note, why am I getting messages like this? LMAO. This would be a message from clearly someone who is extremely mentally ill, pretty much saying that he's very angry at Kingsman for clarifying that he's not a misogynist at the end of his video. going as far as saying, "You're a fucking disgrace for any self-respecting human, and I hope life R-words you by the very women you claim not to hate. Unless, of course, you change your ways." Anyway, this Google Doc served to show us that Cece was truly, I mean, if you weren't convinced...
Man, I'm not even surprised. And that El Son you do, boy, I hope Discord bans him too. My God. Yeah, somebody could easily get her from this. Like we're almost at the end of the video, so I'm pretty sure by now, you know, that there will be a few surprises left. But God, imagine if these people would have threw money on Kingsman's head. I'm glad that nobody, you know, got physically hurt from this, because that would be super sad. I'm glad nobody got Charlie Kirk out of here, because that would be even worse. But God, man, their life is already over just by words, just by not closing their big mouths. My God.
Yet a terrible, vile person. Not once did she apologize to him in private. Not even once. She made herself out to be some saint who was always on his side and that she never did anything wrong. When Kingsman refused to go with her pity farming, she would really crash out on him. This is actually a real definition of crashing out, not what Kingsman did during the scrims. Kingsman would reply to this post.
Exactly, she sounded like Bully up in here.
Also turned the Marvel Rivals creator Discord from a server I used to know and talk with people into a CC Glaze server with my old friends. We see a content creator saying that she was furious with Kaplunk because he hurt so many careers. We'd see someone else saying, "I gained 600 followers after making a video showing CC as the Antichrist." More importantly though, we'd see a content creator by the name of Ashlyn tagging both CC and Zaza Stack and saying, "Don't let these people try and bully you off the internet. I know it's annoying, but use it as an opportunity to gain favor
Oh
from
my
people who
God.
support you. The parasocials will forget about it in a few days when they move on to the next thing. Basically, it's free ad revenue." To which CC would reply with, "I just put 12 ads on my YouTube video." Yes, the one that got mass disliked. This again didn't help her case at all. CC would reply to Kingsman's tweet like in
So
less than
desperate.
half an hour,
And that profile pic looked like AI too.
These DMs say the timestamp is today.
That's
but it was
another,
immediately
just
after I
pie
uploaded
in the
my video and
face
got all these
after
hate comments
another.
the first time saying I was the ringleader who got you kicked, when I am not. I'll take the screenshots insulting you to the chin, but it is not proof of me talking with Kaplunk. This is when she would be hit with one of the most ruthless community notes I've ever seen, with 9 different links to proof, which we already saw, saying CC was the team captain. She had every opportunity to not only stop her teammates from bullying and harassing Kingsman during and even after the tournament, but also not do so herself. Kingsman would reply, ratioing the hell out of her, saying, "That's pretty epic." Also, showing the screenshot of her saying KYS to I am Jabu. This is what got her banned for a day off Twitch.
Wow.
Another screenshot of I am Jabu on Discord. Someone asked him, "You are her friend?" To which he said, "I don't know her, bro." Crying emoji. So the whole excuse of her being his friend and saying KYS playfully was out the window too. She would reply to this again, saying, "Jambu and I spoke after. Him and I are chill." In the screenshot, Kaplunk has to explain when the team is arguing to this mystery person. I wouldn't need that explained to me if I was the mystery person.
Just
Hard
taking
for
it
her
out
to
on
actually
random
mean every
people
apology.
now
She
too
doesn't
is
need
just...
noted. She did not truly mean every apology. Linking her own DMs that he had leaked in his Google Doc. I mean, at this point, bro, stop. Like, she's already dead. Like, it was over. But it was also up to her to stop, to finally get off the internet. But
It's
she didn't.
overkill.
She would also quote tweet the post that Kingsman made, saying, "I am in the middle of class as I see this, but I want to be clear, those DMs with Kaplunk is not with me. I would not know of any substitute list. Yes, I know I flamed Kingsman, but I've been trying to apologize since that night. Proof below, I sent it to my friend at first and then had someone else confirm. I really don't want to be instantly framed for something I didn't do again. I have 0 DMs with Kaplunk. I already apologized for my behavior insulting Kingsman. I just want to move on. Please." She'd link a bunch of screenshots, and in them we can see her messaging someone, explaining to them the situation, how she had a panic attack and everything, and how she wanted to reach Kingsman after their very terrible conversation they had in DMs. But since she doesn't share the same servers with
Now she's trying to hire people. It's like she's trying to hire assassins or something. My God.
him, since, you know, she kicked him out of the creator server, she wanted this person
This
to
is-
act as the
this is
middleman.
depressing.
Send him this screenshot where she says that she's ashamed of how she reacted. She doesn't want this to be his last impression of her, that she wanted to apologize. But by this point, no one was having it anymore. This post sat at 7 million views, and all the comments are again cooking her. But hey, would you look at that? She still didn't stop tweeting. She still kept digging herself a hole. She would quote tweet that post we just saw and say, "Emotions are high and I've learned when to step away." No, you didn't. If a response ends up necessary, I'll make one. Please react how you see fit to me being an ass. I know I deserve the same treatment I dish out. I am not the person in the screenshot with Kaplunk. I was not the one who reported Kingsman. My apology the day before.
Man, we watched this for an hour and 16 minutes, and you know, Mujin with this video, he's nailing this. He's nailing this. I think this deserves a like. This deserves a like from me. And I should have done it 20 minutes ago, to be honest with you. And he's been pretty chill about this whole thing. He's just laughing at them. Like, if he was to yell at these people like the generosity style, we all know it would be coming. But he's just watching all the chaos happen with that popcorn. Which, by the way, you guys need to get more popcorn. Y'all should have gotten refills 20 minutes ago, because we still got 15 minutes left. Man.
Includes all my behavior. I have not been online since, and I've been holding myself accountable. I will continue to do so. I forgot to show you another screenshot that she included in that initial post where she has 0 DMs with Kaplunk. Again, though, the comments are still cooking the absolute hell out of her. This
the minions gifts.
Except, well, all her haters. But at this point, Cece was absolutely cooked to shreds. Zaza was too. And some people realized, wait a second, there's one person that deserves a lot of criticism too that isn't getting any, and that's Luciaza. Luciaza would go live on sub-only mode, that way she can farm as much money as she can out of this, with the title, I need this, I'm kinda homeless, still not taking the situation seriously at all. She'd argue that she wasn't a bad friend to King's.
Oh man,
take his side and was
that's from the I Show Speed meme, by the way, that we
She'd
mentioned a
send
couple
message
minutes
saying,
ago.
Are you doing alright? He'd say, no, I'm not. She'd say, dude, why didn't you stop? I tried to tell you to shush. He'd say, I did nothing wrong, Lucy. I'm going to make a video about it. She'd say, okay, that's fine, but I don't think it's fair to say you did nothing wrong. You were on Zaza for a while, and you could hear it in her voice she was getting upset. He'd say, no, don't worry, I'm actually going to explain everything. To which she would say, well, alright. I'm sorry about you getting kicked. I was excited to be on the same team as you. To which she would say, yeah, same. Bro, I rewatched, and you rage-baited me so hard. What an incredible friend, man. She'd also have some incredible clips from the stream that truly show us just how many brain cells she lacks in that head of hers. Watch.
To why I did what I did and why I said what I said. I did do it at wrong times, I do admit. But in regards to me telling him to shut the fuck up, that is the only thing I think I am 100% justified in, because Zaza said you're making me feel like shit.
And girl looks like a Sniper Wolf ripoff too, looking like a ripoff of somebody who also happens to be a total just grifter. Man, it's just pie in the face after another. A grifter looking like a grifter who grifts off other TikToks. Wow.
When somebody on your team is like saying that, I'm immediately just put off. And yeah, I don't know. That's the only time I'm only gonna like defend that specific moment. Thank you, the plug for the Prime X tool.
Yeah, you know, I told him to shut up because he was making some valid points. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, man. Yo, thank you for the Prime sub, dude. But it gets worse. Here would be her excuse for comparing Kingsman to Israel.
Oh my god! This again!
No, I guess it was just like in bad taste. But at the end of
Look
the
at
day,
that tweet!
like,
No!
I am a Lebanese Arab. Like, I have 100% donated more. I even had what do you call it?
No!
Not that this is an excuse, but I'm saying I have definitely donated more than all of you guys combined to Palestinians. I literally have family there.
Oh
I don't know
my
really
God. What does this have to do with a fucking video game? Oh my god, no! Why? I wish my model could move like Fillion. Cause if I had a model like Fillion's, y'all would have, my reactions would completely reflect how I'm cringing right now. Oh my god. Just they pulling out the race card, they pulling out the I donated to Palestine, like, girl! Over a game. Over somebody who just wanted to go to college. Girl. I'ma just hold on a minute, guys. I gotta pull up something. There's a quote that I think these people should look at. There's a quote that y'all should look at. And that's this one right here. The GOAT Mike Tyson once said, social media made y'all way too comfortable with disrespecting people and not getting punched in the face for it. Mujin, if you use this at the end of your video, my respect will go 1,000% more than I have for you already.
But, yeah. Anyways, regardless, let me see if there's anything else.
Bro, who asked? Like, genuinely, who cares? What the hell are we talking about here? And if you thought that wasn't bad enough, I mean, guys, it only gets worse from here. Look at what she said about Basim for actually admitting that he was wrong. Look at this.
That one wasn't even, like, really? Bro, Basim is the biggest, like, loser of all time. And also, a lot of creators are scared to, like, talk shit about him.
Yeah, what a loser, am I right? I just hope that she uses all these Prime subs that she got during the stream to buy a better microphone because my ears are shot. Basim's response to him hearing her call him a loser. Look at this.
Also, there's other things about Basim out there that, hey, if you want to look into it, look into it. But there's other shit on Basim out there. And Basim, if you're in here, bro, you are the biggest sellout of all time. You kick Kingsman out, and then you don't even properly fucking clear shit up. And you scream and shout for the Kingsman fans to all just be on your side because you switch sides because you don't want hate. You don't want heat, which is fine. But it's just...
Who the fuck wants hate? Who the fuck wants fucking heat? Explain to me one person who wants hate. Tell me that for 1 second. But you know how you avoid that?
The
you
fart
take accountability
noises.
for your fucking actions. Oh my god, dude. When you figure out somebody's wrong, you take accountability.
Basim had understood this within like 24 hours of the video dropping. But it seemed like Luciaza was missing so much common sense, lacked a ridiculous amount of self-awareness, and was overall such a nasty, vile person that it seemed like nothing could make her understand how bad of a situation this actually was. Someone like her doesn't just spawn overnight. You get to this point when you act like shit your whole life and never face consequences. So it's no surprise that just before her stream, the content creator Antgrow would release a video titled "These People Are Not What You Think, CC and Luciaza in regards to the Kingsman saga." In this video, Antgrow would reveal to us that he was invited to the same Marvel Rivals tournament, but turned it down specifically because of a few people that were in there. He'd say that 4 months ago, back in October 2025, Luciaza would start spreading some vile, untrue rumors about him. When faced with this, he decided to also take Kingsman's approach and make videos defending himself. He wouldn't attack her personally, he would never incite harassment towards her, this was purely him defending his reputation. When he'd do that, he'd be messaged by Cece, acting as a mediator between him and Luciaza, because apparently she was receiving too much harassment from her chatters. The reason why this was very significant to Antgrow was because CC actually owned the Rival Creators Discord server. This is a server in where all the Marvel Rivals creators were and collab together.
Man, I hope those servers are run by different people
He
now.
was directly threatened by the server owner that if he didn't stop sticking up to himself, then he was about to get kicked. She was using her influence as the creator of the server to bully others, protecting her other friend who was also a bully, by the way, and threatening anyone who had something negative to say about them. It's absolutely disgusting, but again, not surprising. When you never get caught for doing bad things, you just keep doing them. Additionally, during that time, this screenshot would start spreading around, where Zaza Stack says, "Justice for that guy? He is black, I don't give a fuck," referring to...
Oh! No! I'm getting corona from this. No! Wow. Oh my god, we're going there now. Again with the race card. Again with the race card. They've already dug themselves to the point that there's just dirt on the coffin. The coffin is already burning. I don't know how much more deader you can get than this. This is at the point where your career is already over, but now you're just at the point that you're just a lolcow. You're just a lolcow, just getting anything, what are you even trying at this point anymore? Why? Just why? I'm done. I'm done with this. Thank God there's 9 minutes left. I don't think I can take anymore.
Shot right now because this needs to be made clear. Before the drama, there were imposter accounts going around and hiding behind my name to act like this. I would never say the sort of stuff that is not me. The only games I have played since the drama have all been live on my last stream, and I have not loaded up the game since. I've also attached a screenshot of my last ranked game so that you guys can see that I haven't played anything more. The times in the screenshot of my history are in Australian time. Someone would reply with, "And we're supposed to believe you, why? You've been lying since the drama started." To which she would say, "I haven't lied once, bro." This reply would get community noted, and it would say, "I have lied several times." I have never never seen so many community notes for one incident in my life. Someone would call out how terrible she was at Widow and how she should have listened to Kingsman. She'd reply with, "No, we won a game once. I stayed on Widow, actually." She got community noted. They lost 7 games out of 8. And of course, we can't forget Ashland, the same person in the creator server who added CC and Zaza, urging them to not let anyone bully them off the internet. She'd tweet out and say, "I collected more details on this drama and I'm willing to give a serious input. My genuine opinion on this is everybody was being cringe. CC, Kingsman, Zaza, everybody. Nobody was in the right here. The best thing for everybody to do is to not escalate the situation, learn from it, and move on with life. I feel so sorry for the other teams who have been massively overshadowed by this whole thing. It's not fair. This was truly unfortunate and preventable." She'd also get community noted, saying, "This user has heavily backed CC and Zaza, defended harassment, and otherwise engaged in various character assassination attempts against Kingsman, including inventing false allegations. It would be unwise to consider Ashland FPS unbiased in any capacity." Like, look, this was her saying, after reading the doc, Kaplunk's doc, this is genuinely insane behavior. His
I mean, telling people that we should all move on, yet you were backing one of the bullies is crazy work.
He was being so toxic towards you guys, just tells everything. I would be genuinely embarrassed.
There's so much irony that if I had $1 for every time irony was put into this situation, I would be Mr. Monopoly by now.
The fact that she couldn't deal with the consequences of her own actions, just like everyone else, she would tweet out, "CC is bad. Kingsman is good. Would you kind souls please stop sending me death threats?" I mean, God, the whole thing was embarrassing. Everyone involved who was taking the side of the bullies was nothing more than embarrassing. The secondhand embarrassment I felt throughout this video is indescribable. Because throughout all of this, all they had to do was simply apologize. Not just in public, but directly to Kingsman. They only apologized to the public because they knew it made them look bad. And this would be after multiple opportunities of them doubling, tripling, quadrupling down, and only finally letting go once they realized this is unrecoverable. This whole tough girl bully act was not going to work. The entire internet was now aware of this. Moist Critical had done a video about it. I mean, everyone knew about this. But even though this
I saw Moist Critical's video too.
Real consequences, the ones that are truly career-ending, would only start to show up later. And it would be when CC would start to lose sponsorships. On January 21st, Infinity Mice, one of CC's sponsors,
here comes the
said,
sponsors.
"We have been made aware of the situation involving CC during the recent creator tournament. While we have worked together previously, we do not support behavior that
it's like the baby situation.
As a result, we will not be continuing any partnership moving forward. We believe in keeping competition respectful, and we wish everyone the best going forward." This tweet almost has 2 million views and over 50,000 likes. Since then, people have expressed interest in their products because having morals as a company is something rare these days. But they weren't the only ones. Solaris GG, the talent agency in which CC was a part of, would tweet a message from our owner. In it, you'd find a tweet by Hume, the owner of that talent agency, saying, "I've been informed of everything that happened, and as of today, I've made the decision that CC has been removed from Solaris and its creator program. I want to clarify, Solaris and its staff, other
everyone go follow Solaris and that Infinity company.
And messages. The actions done and the insults sent towards Kingsman by the group of streamers is not something I'm happy about or what Solaris stands for." Again, this tweet would receive a lot of attention as well, over 2 million views, and many people were very happy about this. But that's not all. Someone would notice that CC in her links had one that led to Razer, even though she misspelled the name of the company. It seemed that she had an affiliate code. The people would let Razer know, linking a tweet that she made saying that yes, she got banned because she typed KYS in chat. They'd say, "We're looking into it." Later, they'd say, "We have confirmed that there were never official agreements."
Oh wow, they didn't even have official plans yet.
But her affiliate code also doesn't work anymore. CC had finally, for the first time in her adult life, received consequences that equaled her disgusting, vile actions. Oh, and while we're on the topic of CC's adult life, it seemed like she had a very big problem with the opposite gender, saying that all men are liars and that she Additionally, back when she used to be a she would express that she had a
no, man. CC trying to get me demonetized with this. Oh my god, no. Shit, I'm gonna have to edit that out.
dislike of black people. It wasn't just consequences against Kingsman anymore, it was consequences for every bad thing she's done over the last few years now. But it wasn't over just yet. This wasn't just about monetary opportunities and sponsors. This was about how they had become a cultural phenomenon for all the wrong reasons. The NBA team, the Atlanta Hawks, had made a TikTok about the Kingsman drama, saying how
the Atlanta
Hawks destroyed in the Rivals tournament.
It made it to a basketball team. in the NBA.
Someone said they're
Oh
pulling a
no.
Zaza stack in my game today. What does this mean? Someone in Florida.
The Atlanta
You slam
Hawks.
blocked Zaza.
Wow.
Definition, someone throwing not necessarily on Black Widow and still won't swap. Playing for the vibes also became a massive meme. There's a new tournament being hosted by the content creator Boger with a $50,000 prize pool. He would tweet out, "Happy to announce that I'll be hosting another Boger Bash next week. This is not a casual tournament, but I promise you, the vibes will nevertheless be pristine." So now sponsors were leaving left and right. Opportunities were gone. No one wanted to associate with these people any longer, and they were truly exposed for what they are. This is the pure definition of consequences, and it is very satisfying to see.
As well as karma.
How is he doing? Well, he ended up becoming more successful than any of these bullies combined.
Yes, sir.
His last few streams had reached thousands of concurrent viewers. One of them had peaked at 25,000
Wow.
viewers, gaining 44,000 followers in one go. He's been receiving so many donations that he started begging people to stop donating. Somebody donated $3,000 right off the bat.
3,000 in 5 minutes.
Hype train level, God knows how much. He has over 10,000 subscribers. That's $50,000 alone. He's reached over 200,000 subs on his YouTube channel, and
He getting that Vito/Neurosama money now. It's crazy.
just reached over 100,000 followers.
Yes, sir.
Twitch. I was there for the countdown. He has made way more than the entire 40,000 prize pool, and it couldn't have happened to someone more deserving. Additionally, Marvel Rivals developers sent him currency in-game for free so that he could buy all the skins for the character.
Oh, that's so
Check out this clip for a
nice.
change.
The Marvel Rivals devs just gave me units so I can purchase magic skins.
Yay!
There is no way that is real. Wait.
I'm
I
so
got
happy.
No way. No way. What? Wait. By the way, this is the guy who emailed me because he had.
That's
he
so
asked me-
nice of them.
As I said at the beginning of the video, this was a story with a happy ending. And just in case it wasn't clear enough, this was never about men versus women or any of that bullshit. This is a textbook story of someone who got bullied and stood up to his nasty, vile bullies, garnering support from the public and making them face consequences for the first time in their adult lives. I'm very happy for Kingsman, and I hope that he enjoys his success. He seems to be a really nice guy. And no, I'm not just saying that because he admitted on stream that he watches my videos. If you're watching this, Kingsman, thank you for being a viewer of my channel, and I truly wish you the best. My DMs are always open if you want any advice relating to content creation, or hell, even drama. But I think you handled this pretty damn well. I think you're good on your own. Thank you so much for watching.
Of course. I mean, if the guy put out, look at my recommendations. Actually, there's his video right there. It got 2.8 million views. Like, I think he does this just as well as Mujin. And look, there he is again, 68,000 likes. Kingsman happens to be a good Mujin fan. That is based. I wonder if he watches Rima and Alana too, because they're good people too. And yeah, I actually commented it before I watched this video with you Sunshines, because I knew right from the start that this would be very satisfying. So yeah, somebody recognized me in the chat, so that shout out to that person. This video was very satisfying. I liked seeing these people get what they deserve. I'm happy.
And I really appreciate it. And if you want more content from me, even more than my YouTube channel, then make sure to check out my Stacked page, where I'm posting over 4 different art pieces every month, as well as one short video and long video. There's already a short video there. Prices start at $1 per month. I'll see you in the next video whenever that is, and love you platonically. Mwah.
Platonically. The Three Musketeers of Victimhood. Leave it out before I call you Israel. There's the elfing video. The Three Musketeers of Victimhood. What a crazy ending title card. Absolute cinema, Mujin. Absolute cinema. Wow. I just gotta say, what a satisfying ending. Sunshines, I hope you enjoyed that. That was crazy work. I'm happy for Kingsman. The guy deserved all that. The fact that Marvel Rivals reached out to him and gave him free currency too is amazing. I hope he gets sponsors. Those sponsors that left those bullies behind, I hope they sponsor Kingsman now, because that would be insane. He's already getting love. Like, man, he's gonna be collabing with other people now. I wish nothing but the best for him. How's the chat doing? I hope you sunshines have been doing well. So, oh yeah, look at my other recommendations. There's actually a Doki Bird's take on the situation if you guys want to see that, actually. Before I go. Let's look at Doki's version.
Did you hear about the Marvel Rivals drama that's everywhere right now?
The last thing I saw about Marvel Rivals was like a disco skin where somebody's like.
Oh yeah, with
thrusting.
Thor?
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
apparently
the drama?
there's a new drama. Okay, so it's basically a tournament. It got super mainstream that like Moist Critical made a video about it, and like
Oh my
people
God.
everywhere are talking about
Was
it
this
now.
the one that like just happened?
Yeah,
Like, weren't you in
literally
that one?
just like the last 2 days. It's really funny because one of my friends was the substitute for this guy. So what happened was this guy got kicked out of the tournament, a $40,000 tournament, because he had a Widowmaker one trick on his team, like the sniper one trick on his team, and he asked her to swap off, and then three
Did
other.
you say Widowmaker?
Oh, sorry, not Widow, Black Widow.
She's got-
Long story short,
I don't blame her for mixing up the
like,
characters.
it's not refused, but like
Widowmaker's
three of-
Overwatch,
three- I
guys.
think,
Black
three of
Widow's
the
Marvel.
teammates ganged up on him, being like, "Yeah, like we're just gonna let her play Widow." And then he's like, "Please, I really want to win this for college."
By the way, I really like
College
Doki's
student, I really
chibi
need the
model.
money.
She's
Like,
so
the higher ups
cute.
when you get but then like, and then the Widow's boyfriend.
I really need the money.
yeah, like, basically that. It was like really fucked up because, and like if you make tweets about it, you get like super engagement bait. Like everyone who made a tweet about it got like a shit ton of likes and retweets and everything about it. And yeah, and then also the Black Widow had 200 ping. Because she was playing from Australia.
Wait, what? So wait, did they carry? So the whole thing was they didn't want them to play Black Widow.
He doesn't
and
want
they
her
did
to play
anyway.
Black
Like they
Widow.
like through.
He didn't want her to play Black Widow, so like the Black Widow's boyfriend got him kicked out of the tournament because he tattled on him.
What?
He tattled on him to the tournament organizers. And
Wait, what was the issue? Like, what
because
did he do?
they were trying to. Okay, so like the most fucked up part was when my friend Moxie, he was like substituting for Kingsman. Like that's the guy that got kicked out. His name is Kingsman. So what's fucked up was that my friend Moxie was the one that was substituting for him. And then I asked him, I was like, "Oh wait, I thought you weren't in the tournament." Like, "Oh, I didn't get invited to it. Like, how did you get in this last minute?" He's like, "Oh, I was substituting for Kingsman because apparently like he was implying that he was like sexist or whatever to the girls." And I was like, "Oh, that sucks, buddy." Like, I mean, I was like, "Oh, that sucks, but at least like, you know, you get to play." And he's like, "Yeah." And then apparently, and then it got exposed that the girls lied about him being sexist, and he was actually just like, he got kicked out. Yeah, so like at first trial, I was like, "Well, that's fucked up. Like, why was he so sexist towards the women?" And then later on, he made an expose video about his team, like the day before the tournament. That's the thing that no one no one really knows about that I was told of, because like they were like spreading rumors about
Snuffy's
Kingsman and
reaction
stuff,
is
'cause,
funny.
like that's what I thought happened at first, because Kingsman didn't make his video yet, and then he made a video exposing not the entire team, but like half the team, and basically it blew the fuck up. Where when the video first came out, it had 40K views, and now the video has almost, I think it's like 600K views the last time I saw.
This was from 2 days ago.
This was 2 days ago, by the way. This was 2 days ago. And then, yeah, I was like,
It's crazy work.
I dodged a bullet by not participating in that tournament. Because my friend Moxie was like, "Oh yeah, you want me to get you in? I can ask him to get you in." And I was like, "No, it's okay. It's so last minute. I don't really want to join a tournament that last minute." And I'm like, "Oh, thank God I was."
Man, because Doki Bird already went through a tournament drama a couple months ago. I think it was for Marvel Rivals. It might have been a different game. But, man, I just gotta say, Doki dodged the bullet. Doki dodged the bullet not being in that tournament. Because imagine if Doki Bird was in that whole thing. And that would have been crazy work. Man, Rima and Mujin would have been working overtime. As if they didn't have enough work already. And yours truly, myself included, I would be working overtime.
So like half the girls' career are basically over because of it.
What?
Yeah. Because
A career-ending tournament.
It was
The amount of
literally-
times I
it
can
was-
count these on my fingers.
Yeah, it was literally a career-ending tournament. Like, it was really funny because, like, Bulgar, there's another Rivals tournament coming out next week. Like, that's going to be starting next week. And then the tournament organizer, it's called, for those who don't know, it's Bulgar Bash 2. Bulgar was like, do you want to be captain? And I was like, no, I want to avoid the CC. I don't want to do a CC group. That's the girl's name, by the way. The captain caused most of the drama. And I was like, I don't want to do a repeat of that. Yeah, I was like, I was like, I would like to be a player. I do not, I'm scared.
That's crazy. What the hell?
And she was like,
Man, if Doki was the captain, it would be smooth sailing from here. Doki would be an amazing captain. She's got charisma. She loves competition. She respects players. She's an icon. Doki would be an amazing captain. I would love to be a player and have Doki be the leader.
she was also the girl. She got Twitch banned for a day. Like, yeah, cause she said keep yourself safe, but like the actual.
What do you mean keep yourself safe?
Keep the first yeah, but not keep yourself.
That doesn't sound so bad. Why would she get banned for like?
Yeah. Yeah. She said keep yourself safe, but only the letters. Only the letters. And she got.
They're laughing. They're having a party. They're laughing at you, CC.
Yeah, that's crazy. Yeah, and then she was like, I sent it to my friend, like, and she kept digging a deep hole, and she's like, I sent it to my friend, like,
I was trying to send that to my cat. That was not meant to be on stream.
And then Kingsman revealed that the random person she sent it to doesn't even know her. She was like, I'm not even friends with this person. What the fuck does she mean?
Dude, I'm convinced these tournaments are some sort of like insane. Like, it's like I used to do like Twitch rival stuff and whatnot, and I kind of got the vibe that it can be kind of volatile. I mean, like,
yeah, no, they're super like unbalanced. Yeah, because like, okay, the whole thing was that the whole thing was that the girls were like, we're just playing for vibes, and then the one guy was like, bro, I really want to win. Like, this is $40,000, and then she was like, this is for vibes and for fun. Like, you don't. And then the team captain was like, called him a broke loser, and was like, yeah, and I was like, bro, what? Like, even for
this
me,
tournament, dude, what the hell?
They're just laughing.
Like, even for me,
I love it.
No, you first.
I'm gonna have to watch the critical video.
Oh, you gotta watch the video. I watched all the videos because I was like there on ground, like not ground zero, but I was there on day one.
Oh my god! Wait, did you get you like lost the round and you didn't go to like day 2 or something?
No, like as in like my friend was supposed to be in it. Like my friend substituted for the guy that got kicked out. So then I was like so caught up on like, and then I asked him why he was subbing, and then so then he was like, oh yeah, like this is what they told me, and I was like, dude, what the fuck? I thought, what the fuck? Why is there a sexist guy? And then later on I found out the girls were just spreading rumors.
Why would you even get so serious for like a freaking Marvel Rivals stream tournament? Like, that's crazy.
That's what I'm saying.
Crazy shit.
That could go for just about any other game up in here. It's not just Marvel Rivals. Like, if this was Overwatch, if this was like Valorant or League of Legends, mind you, it would have changed a damn thing. It's a video game.
If you care about money so much, just go pro. Like, why the fuck are you, like, this is a creator tournament for fun. Why are you participating? And I'm
this
like,
was like a creator hosted tournament?
No, it was like there was like some pro players in there and like some creators, so it was like 5%, 5 to 10%.
Oh yeah, like the nonsense type tournament.
Yeah, but then the thing,
it's like
and for the people that should have said that, oh, Kingsman should have just gotten the job. Kingsman probably did get a job, and even if that was the case, you know, jobs don't pay good enough. Jobs do not pay good enough at all. All jobs are minimum wage, and even the ones that do have minimum wage, you're going to need like a college degree, you're going to need 7 years of bachelor's and whatnot. Jobs are very hard to come by. It's a miracle that I even found one last month as is. So like those $40,000 would have changed his life. That's the thing.
very skewed on like
The thing is, like, pros barely make any money too, so it's so like that's just some
Wait,
fucked
what
up
was
reasoning.
the money? What was the money reward on this? Also, I'm sorry, I'm like enraptured by the detail.
Yeah,
of
yeah,
those.
so-
Have you seen that?
So like, first place, each player gets $3,000, which is a lot of money for like a college student.
For five people, or was it?
For six, like split like it's I don't remember, it's like 3 times 6, so each player themselves gets 3K.
Oh,
It's like
really?
everyone gets paid for the tournament,
For
but like
first though, that doesn't even seem like a ton. Like, am I crazy?
I feel
I thought
like-
if you get first in those tournaments, it's like big money.
I think like 3K is a lot for like a college student though, in general.
Is it really? I mean,
Yeah, that's like
college is,
half a tuition, isn't it? That's half a tuition.
It depends on the college,
Still a
really.
lot.
Yeah, it's a lot.
I don't know. I feel like, I mean, I don't know. I guess if you play Marvel Rivals tournaments for money, there's got to be other opportunities for that.
Not a lot for
3K
like
is a
because
lot.
like
I mean, like for like a big tournament, you guys. Like I said, I'm used to Twitch Rivals. They
That's
always
the
have
thing
monetary
is,
on
but
that
those
too.
are like smaller creators though. That's the thing. Twitch Rivals, they only invite the big creators. So like this guy
That's
was like
true.
a really small creator. Because it was like 70% were like smaller creators, and like 30 were like the big ones. So like for me, like it would be like, so I would always forget about cashing in the money because I'm in so many of these tournaments. I don't know if you joined like non-Twitch Rivals, but there's like so many forms you gotta like fill out, and then like tax forms,
Oh.
etc. to like get
Yeah, I
your
don't think
money.
I've ever done like a non-Twitch tournament type
And then,
thing.
but like I always still try, like no matter what, in the tournament.
yeah.
I still like.
Dope is the
flex
definition
whatever
of a good
they teach me to
gamer.
Play, and I still try, but it was like crazy because the like 3 or 4 of them.
Like if
were,
Doki
like,
was there instead
I'm
of
just saying
CC
for
and the other
fun, just
people,
for vibes.
we wouldn't even be
So
here right
it's a
now.
meme now. They're like,
I'm just playing for vibes.
yeah, they're just like, oh no, are you gonna play for vibes?
Oh. Okay, I gotta remember now. If people say I'm just playing for vibes, I'll be like, I know the reference now. I don't know why I hear
No,
about
it's
this at
crazy.
all.
It actually broke mainstream. People
Yeah,
around, like
think I
everywhere,
saw.
people who don't even play Rivals are talking about it and laughing about it. And the thing is, the guy,
I think I saw like
yeah,
the tweet, like somebody tweet Critical's video, and they're like, this the situation is crazy or whatever.
yeah, and now,
So I guess that makes sense.
yeah, and like it's crazy because the guy that got kicked out, he streamed for like the first 5 minutes of his stream. He basically made 3K because everyone was just donating and subbing to him. And then like apparently today he had 25K people watching him. It was this like very small streamer too. He was like he didn't even have Twitch partner at that time.
Damn.
Yeah.
So
he was
wait,
like
the
this super small
girls were
streamer.
they were harassing him?
Yeah, the
or
girls were
vice
harassing
versa?
him.
Aw, what the hell?
Yeah, because all he was just trying to get her to stop playing Widow, because he was like, for a more winnable team fight, you gotta stop playing Widow.
What they have like?
And he's like,
why did they make
a
it so
rank
difficult?
1 Magic player. Anyway,
They could've gotten
They all
Dragon.
sucked. They all sucked. They needed him on the team.
I got invited to a tournament for next week for Boger Bash 2. I mean, I asked Boger, I was like, oh, do you have, because he announced this other tournament, and I was like, oh, do you have some? He's like, oh, I can make you a captain. I was like, I do not want to. But then he was like, oh, it's okay, we're going to be assigning pro players. So, like, during drafting, when we're drafting players, like, you can ask them to draft the players. And I was like, oh, so, like, if I fuck up the drafting, I can just blame the pros. Because I was like,
Zero kills, 5 deaths, 0 assists in that match. Oh my god.
Yeah, I could be like, I didn't pick this team. The pro players picked it. I have 0 accountability. I don't know what I'm doing.
Oh my god. That's crazy. Especially because it wasn't even like, I could understand, especially like if it was, because I only know Twitch Rivals, which is sometimes like,
Yeah.
they can, sometimes it's like good for content, it's not too sweaty, even though like pros get invited. It's
Yeah.
not, it's mostly like a stream event.
It's like,
But
no,
for,
but
like,
it's
an
always like
actual,
1 to 2 teams
invitational
that,
tournament.
but there's always like 1 to 2 teams that that are like super stacked though.
Oh,
Oh, I have a
remember.
work bench
Really?
already. Oh yeah, no, it's crazy. The drama is so crazy that like a basketball, Atlanta basketball team tweeted up, like made a TikTok about
Yeah, it was in
And
Mujin's
also,
video
like,
that we
a
just
couple of
watched.
My friends,
apparently he was at the hospital getting something checked out. While he was in the waiting room, people were like on
I can't believe it. Freaking NBA was talking about
the
it.
Fucking Marvel Rivals drama, and I was like, holy shit.
Like, guys, Moist Critical talking about it is one thing, but the freaking NBA is another. My God.
That's how mainstream it has become. I was talking to Coney, and he was like, he doesn't give a, like, all he does, he does play Rivals, but even he was like, oh, hey, Donkey, did you hear about the Rivals drama? And I'm like, the Kingsman video has 1.2 million views. Guys, I saw that video when it was 40K views. Yeah, it fucking went mainstream. No, there is no way any of these girls can have a career again. There's no way. Even then, like, if people see them in game, people are just gonna throw their games. And then the tweet about, like, they set back women in gaming sphere by 100 years. I was like, no! I think, the most...
Guys, that's why VTubers are a thing. That's why VTubers are a thing. People are just done with flesh tubers. And speaking of, women, streamers, like there's Pokimane, and she's been crashing out recently. People are clowning on her. She used to be the GOAT a few years ago, and now she's just fallen off. That's not against, women streamers. After all, this is about people who are just bullies. This is not about male versus female. This is not about gender wars. This is about being a nice person. This is about just not being a douchebag to everyone around you. This is just about being a decent person, right? It's no wonder why VTubers blew up the way they did, because they're escapism from all this drama, from all this Mean Girls bullshit. So, like, shout out to Hololive, man. They saved my life.
This fucked up part was that one of the girls that threw him under the bus was his consistent rank duo. I was like, how the fuck did you not defend him? Like, I would be so fucking mad. I always defend my duos, and I'll be like so fucking mad if like my rank duo did not defend me in the. I was telling them how like one of the girls that was in that drama was like the guy's duo partner in rank, and she like threw him under the bus too.
Dude.
I was like, that's fucked up. Like, how do you play with this person consistently? Like, he, like, literally boosted you, and you can't even defend him.
They don't know what it's like to be a professional e-pal, I guess.
Yeah, I was like, how could you
well
not
said,
defend
Snuffy.
your e-pal?
That's so messed up. What did they think was gonna happen?
I think they thought that they were, like, the guy wouldn't make a video about it. Like, he would just, like, suck it up.
Good on them for sticking his guard, though.
Yeah. Because like at first,
I'm proud of him.
Like his friend was like
I said it a bunch of times in his stream, but I'm gonna say it again. I am proud. The guy did not back down. He didn't let these bullies walk all over him. He refused to be a doormat.
I think if he never made that video, he would have like because the girls were telling rumors that he was being super sexist towards them, and like because like that's what I heard the day before the tournament, and so if he didn't drop, because I heard about it, and it was because like that's what I was told, because I was like, whoa, you're subbing in for him, what happened? And then the guy dropped the video, and everyone like found out that like they were spreading like false rumors. Yeah.
Crazy. Do they get their money?
Well, I don't know if the others got their money. I just think the tournament itself was very poorly organized in general.
Damn.
I hope they got nothing. I mean, look at the end of Mujin's video. All the sponsors pulled out.
Now I'm upset from it's okay, don't worry, I'm your bro, right?
You paid for my presence. I can't jeopardize it.
I'm your bro. It's okay, chat. I'm your bro.
Yeah, this is my bro. This is my duo. I would never throw you under the bus.
Oh my god, I'm out. Doki dodged the bullet not being in that tournament, guys. That's insane work. Wow. Well, at this point, I'm not surprised by anything that goes on the internet anymore. I've seen a lot of things happen. But good luck to Kingsman on his college tuition. I hope he does well. So with that said, I think that's a good place to end it. After all, this is a reaction stream, so the sun is setting for the day. I hope you guys enjoyed the reaction. Thanks for coming in. Thanks for coming in to the stream with me. We're gonna raid somebody now. So let's see, who are we going to raid tonight? Let's see. We're going to... There's a couple of people on tonight. Is Amaya still on? I don't think Amaya's still on. I think she went off. She went off a couple of hours ago. She went off a few minutes ago. Alright, we're gonna raid Rayan or Noose or... Alright, we're going to raid Rayan Valerius for now, so we're going to be raiding Rayan. And I'm gonna share her link. Remember to type in the chat, praise the sun, as we do around here. Remember to type in the chat, praise the sun, with the sun emoji. Guys, stay tuned tomorrow as I'm going to be putting out the Scarlet Yonaguni video, and I'll also be streaming Uma Musume tomorrow. We're going to be doing a Daiwa Scarlet career. That's going to be fun, because I had a lot of fun doing How Are You Rara. We're going to do Daiwa Scarlet tomorrow after my work shift. So I'm going to be busy all day. I'm going to need a good night's sleep after tomorrow. So yeah, have a good night, sunshines, and stay safe where you are.